I mean, we're just starting. I can go and grab you some really quick.
Yeah, I need headache medicine.
Give us a second.
I'm gonna drink his soda. I think he's out because I'm classy. So I bet you were expecting an intro. Oh well. The chat room finally loaded.
Yeah, it was taking a little bit earlier to do earlier. I'm still waiting for 4 minutes!
Oh, don't worry, we will hear about it. Actually, could you hand me my purse? I need one more.
There you go. Alright, anyways, while we're getting that set up, hello everyone, and welcome to another Wife Quit Wednesday with Ross Quit, and
It's a hyphen, and
We are
we're
back.
a mess.
literally starting, I want more ibuprofen. It's like, oh.
I should have gotten some. I wasn't thinking about it. Rarely am I ever.
Just trying to make sure the stream is still actually going, because it's just
What
us.
is up with that?
Oh, I was doing the sound alert stuff.
Oh, no. Okay.
The game's over here, so it doesn't matter. Where is my mouse? There we go. So we're going to go ahead and continue.
The way that you said that gives me pause.
Oh, that's right. We were trying to figure out how to...
Here, walk. Do you hear it?
Factoring is leaving you cold. You could always leave. It is, and I'd like to. Okay. So that's where we start, right? Plunkett Street.
Plunkett Street is headquarters, yeah.
Okay, let's check out the
We
boardwalk.
just got the boardwalk. Cannot see a thing. Those guys need to chill out. Aha.
Okay.
You hear the ringing of cathedral bells and turn to see their source. Unsurprisingly, it is a cathedral. Unless you're just naturally surprised by cathedrals.
They're so big and pointy and could be hiding around any corner. Do we want to go to the boardwalk, or do we want to go to St. Polycarp's Cathedral?
Let's go to the boardwalk.
Okay, continue where we were going.
I mean, honestly, cathedrals are pretty cool. Oh god, I have to turn this down. Like now.
You're not sure if the lamppost is holding up the hobo or vice versa. Hi there, I'm Ross.
Well, hey there. Pleased to meet you, Ross. I'm Dusty.
What's up, Dusty?
Oh, nothing much. Just hanging around. I was gonna run a 3-card Monty down here on the boardwalk. That didn't pan out.
Why not?
Well, there's a fella already running the game down that way, and I prefer not to step on his toes, just as a matter of professional courtesy, you see.
I see.
And also because carnies get real scary about that kind of thing, and I ain't looking to be murdered anytime soon.
Any way I can help?
Well, that's real kind of ya. I was thinking of looking for a different corner. Can you spare a nickel for a cup of joe to get my feet moving?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Thanks, pal. You're a real good egg. She gives you a jaunty wave and wanders off.
So that's the second hobo we've
That's the
helped.
second hobo you have helped.
A fortune teller's tent. Oh my god.
You enter the dimly lit tent to see a teenage girl dressed as an old woman sitting at a velvet draped table. She points to a sign on the wall that says tarot readings, 50 meat.
50 meat is a little steep, isn't it? I could buy 7 and 64th gallons of gas for that much.
She stares at you and points at the sign again.
Okay.
Wait.
So,
Wow.
bless you.
Thank you.
Tony Fiasco hat photography.
Hat photography?
The
Sign on
sign?
the door says Tony Fiasco, hat photographer. As you enter, the photographer, who is busily adjusting a complicated-looking camera on a tripod,
By the way,
gestures to a nearby wastebasket without looking around.
You got it from...
Many thanks.
If it's more bills, there's my inbox. Hello? Oh, you ain't the jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Baby, where have you been all my life? Excuse me? That face. That's exactly the face I've been looking for. It's perfect. Thanks, I've rather grown attached to it myself. You're funny too. Baby, I love you. You're incredible. Listen, do you know who I am? The sign on the roof says Tony Fiasco, hat photographer. That's right, baby. That's exactly right. And soon I'm going to be the biggest hat photographer in the city. No, the country. No, the world. But there's something I need first. A face? A portfolio. And you know what I need before I can get a portfolio? A face. Your face, baby.
Will I?
Don't say no. Don't dare say no, baby. Listen, it's easy. All you gotta do is stroll in here wearing a hat. And all I gotta do is take a photograph of that hat. And then we're both gonna be rich. Rich? Rich. Me with my portfolio and you with 30 meat? I'm gonna pay you for every photo. Well, gotta be different hats, though. Gotta be different hat every time. I can't pay you nothing for the same hat twice. Got it? Okay, how about this hat? What is that, an accursed fedora? Perfect!
Uncursed fedora.
An uncursed fedora. Perfect! I love it.
Click.
Here's your meat, baby. Spend it in good health and come back soon, okay? I made 30 for me for just wearing a
I
hat.
love how well the Roaring Twenties mid-Atlantic accent comes through in the writing. A grouchy-looking guy is standing under the shade of this tiny building's eaves. He glares too silently.
Okay.
Game of skills. Test your everything.
Well, step right up, step right up. Test your strength and your agility and your intellect. Every winner gets a prize. You there, sir? Care to face a challenge of a lifetime? Only 10 meat. What's the challenge? Like to start newcomers off with something relatively easy. All you have to do is guess my age, throw a dart to pop a balloon, and drive a nail into this board with one swing of a hammer. At the same time? That's right. Care to try it?
I'm good.
No thanks. Well, not with that attitude, you won't. What?
Privatized healthcare station.
Huh. Oh, hello. Ooh.
Flute music is the best.
I have 43 at the moment.
Damn it all. Okay, but we gotta
Wait.
come back though.
Oh wait, did we read this?
I don't think you did.
Did we read the handgun's tale, right? Did we?
No, I don't think you. Oh wait, no, wait. I think we did. But we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough of a certain stat to get through it.
Wait. Oh, that's right. We have read it. So you can upgrade each book. Yeah. So mysticality. Okay. So Rusty Pistol, Haunted Duck Call, Glockenspiel Necklace, Glockenhosen, Birkenglocks, Edison the Wren. So that's melee weapon.
You have better shoes in this game than you did in Pokemon.
We're still not gonna drop that, are we?
No, never. Never.
Welding gloves.
Ugh.
Accessory? What do we have on? Wait, we have the Glock.
This is why we're friends.
Plus 2 to range attack. Okay, yes. So my character was. Hello? Can I talk to? Nope.
It's a long pier, but you don't want to take an even longer walk off of it.
I want to shoot the bell.
Try.
No. Also, who's running the Ferris wheel?
That's, that there's what we call a mystery.
So we have Saint Polycarps.
Polycarps.
Magikarp.
Hands in the air, bucko. You're on Tin Lizzie turf, and this is a stick-up. Turn to see a woman in oil-stained coveralls pointing a gun-like tool in your direction.
Tin Lizzie.
Tin Lizzie. I love how worried he is.
Huh? No, but I was like, you get Tin Lizzie, right?
Yes,
Okay.
honey. I haven't.
What the? Is that a caulking gun? Stick up isn't usually such a literal phrase.
Actually, it's a grease gun, so I guess it's more like a slick up.
Gross.
Everybody's a critic. Give me your wallet.
Do we want to just grab her gun?
Sure. You pull out your wallet and nervously fumble it, dropping it at the woman's feet. When she growls and reaches for it, you swiftly grab her wrist and twist a grease gun out of her hand. Hey!
Looks like the grease is on the other, lug nut. Honestly, I don't know anything about cars.
You're gonna regret messing with the Tin Lizzies.
I'm gonna regret touching this filthy grease gun more. Go on, scram.
Nice and smooth.
Let's see.
Who's in the offering?
Deals your Moxie plus 2 sleaze damage.
Sleaze.
Interesting. Okay, let's go to my character sheet. Oh, nope, didn't want that.
Yeah, because
Wanted
Lulu is in the
inventory.
operator's booth, obviously.
Moxie plus 1 physical damage. Moxie plus 2 sleaze damage, so this does more damage.
Musical what now? Exactly. Welcome, Fen. Welcome.
So
He's
this
got
is
musical Birkenstocks.
equip. Oh, save. There we go. Okay, so Haunted Duck Call.
I didn't even... That's so rude. I didn't
Porter's
shout anybody
cufflinks.
out.
Don't have any rings. Glockenhosen. Birkenglocks. Edison the Ring. Okay. So I added the new gun, so it adds... you probably went too fast.
Frick, I did.
Gab with Gabby. Hey, Gabby, everything all right?
All as keen as a peach.
Let's see. How'd you get mixed up with Murray and the whole antique store, Gabby?
Oh, it coincided. Gabby was just looking at old clothes and heard over Murray and Jessica talking about a mysterious thing to get. It had an adventure smell. Then Murray said, we're going to need some muscle for this. And Gabby says, Gabby has several muscles, strong ones. And that's what it was. Gabby has been helping since then.
Okay.
There we go. I love that so much.
Which part? Oh, the...
Yes,
Gabby talks a lot.
she does.
Let's see.
It's Vicar, who seems agitated about something.
Hello there. Oh no, what am I going to do? I was going to ask if everything's okay, but plainly not. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Services are cancelled for the moment. Oh no, do you need any help? One of the urns has been stolen from our catacombs. Stolen! This tiny cathedral has the catacombs? Well, it sounds nicer than basement. Excuse me.
Damn.
Are they particularly important ashes? A saint or someone? Oh my goodness, we wouldn't keep the relics of a saint in a little cathedral like this. Our urns are just the ashes of former vicars and community leaders and so on, but they're all important in their own way, and the bishop is due to arrive for an inspection soon. Funny how bishops always seem to be just about to arrive for an inspection somewhere.
Remember how the cardinal was supposed to arrive in West of Loathing? But
I'll
he's
look
been
into it for
overdue
you.
for months.
Oh, thank you so much. Here, I'll lock the door so you can have a look. Mind your step on the way down, please. Those stairs are old and steep. Thank you. Oh, spare urns.
Wow, I didn't even...
Oops.
I got a thing I gotta do.
It's a big crate full of identical empty burial urns. Must be spares. Oh.
I'm Gareth Vicarian, and this is Calibrations. Gonna wait for a bit. Calibrations. Calibrating. Calibrations is a vacation calibration.
There we go.
Okay. That's
gotta
right.
go
I made
that
myself. That's right. I made myself a
Yes.
cryptobotanist as well.
Cryptobotanist.
Eldritch
You
Mist.
scrape the moss from the wall, it sublimates with an eerie wail.
Okay.
It's a guest book.
Read it.
The last three visitors were Donk Hufferby, visiting from Saskatoon. Well, that seems like a dead end, and they sure have some weird names up there in Canada. Charles Wallace, 111 Plunkett Street. That's the address of the antique store. You'll have to ask Charles about that next time you see him. And Captain Augustus Dirch, for 23 Kerwin Avenue. This one might be worth following up on.
Sign the book.
You sign your name and address after all that.
Nice.
Light it. Oh, we
Oh,
can't
we
light
don't.
it.
I don't
We
have a match. Damn. It's a very old manhole cover. Anything in the foreground? Nope. Okay, but we do have a new place to go for the side quest. Map. Dirch's house.
You encounter a hobo who is sauntering down the sidewalk with a bindle over his shoulder, whistling a jaunty tune.
Why, hey there, fella. Aren't you Ross? I'm John Garfield. Hi. How do you know my name? Oh, we hobos are a tight-knit little community. Someone's been helping us out, word gets around. Well, that's nice. A little creepy, but nice on balance. Why don't you come visit our camp? We'd be glad to have you. Where is it? Well, just head toward 12th Street till you see the lot where the old hardware store used to be. And then you take a... You know what? This will be simpler if I just mark it on your map for you. Yes, please. Takes a pencil stub and marks a cluster of little boxes on your map. Come on by any old time. Sure. Ocean City Hobo Camp. Bid him adieu.
There you go.
What's with the...
Perfect.
There's rune stones.
Wait. This rock has a date painted on it. 11/10/82.
Jot that down.
Okay, got it.
None of these are...
Why do all the rocks in his yard have creepy glyphs painted on them? Weird. Probably shouldn't just barge in.
What? What's it? Huh? From the Municipal Census Bureau. It's nobody here but me and these 4 urns. Urns? 5. 5 urns. Go away. Should we just go through all of them?
Sure.
I'm selling these fine leather jackets. Don't want any. Buzz off. I'm the milkman. Got your milk. I ain't drink that fat water and get lost. Congratulations, you've won a sweepstakes. Fat chance, never won nothing, didn't. Hello? Didn't enter no sweepstakes, no how.
Scram. Amble away.
So... Maybe if we go back, we can say this person...
Wait, what's burning back there? This rock is steaming.
Interesting.
Why is it steaming?
Okay. Let's go check out the hobo camp.
A well-dressed man flags you down.
Excuse me there, my good chap. Might you have a match on your person? I do not. Well, well, that just won't do. What if you should have cause to set something alight in the future? Here, take one of mine.
The man tips his hat to you and scurries off before you can thank him.
We needed a match.
Yeah, we did. That guy was rude, but then he earned that reputation.
Actually, I'm gonna go do that real quick, so... Excuse me, Gabby.
Hopefully this doesn't preclude you cursing the darkness later if you feel like it.
I got 3 experience for that. Just for lighting...
Just for lighting a match. This
Noodles.
is the cathedral's front, or more properly...
Font.
Oh, font. Or more properly, typeface. Ha ha. Please don't disturb the altar. Don't
Ooh.
disturb the altar.
Wait. What's that?
Yeah. There's a hymnal in the back of this pew.
Grab it.
Yikes. We've got an unpleasant hymnal.
Oh, that's a cursed item.
Fantastic.
Baby.
God damn it.
Something
I have
unsettling
to-
about this. Okay, I don't do muscle damage, so...
Here it is. There we go. Okay, the vicar is still... Oh.
Sorry. Well, not yet. Alright, don't get your rosary tied in a knot. Alright, back to the hobo camp.
On your way to where you're going, you happen to notice a guy across the street. In particular, you notice that he's sitting on top of a mailbox. He notices you too and extends his hand towards you for a handshake. You call out across the traffic.
Hi, you realize I'm about 30 feet away, right? Yeah, but I can't leave the mailbox. Sometimes I regret my curious nature, but I guess I'll ask anyway. Why can't you leave the mailbox? Come on over and I'll tell you.
Location unlocked. Mailbox.
We'll go to the hobo camp first.
Due to supply chain difficulties, this grub car is currently bring your own grub. Condiments are still available to camp residents. There are ample condiments, but you don't feel right taking any. Have you talked? Yeah. This guy's really jazzing up the place.
Hi there, I'm Ross. Howdy, they call me 52 Teeth Thompson, or just 52 for short. Huh. Isn't that because of the 52 white keys on the piano? Nope. Wow, it's lucky that they happened to find a piano for the camp. Oh, I brought this baby with me. On foot? How? Oh, it took a few trips.
Oh, yeah, it's dark. Probably shouldn't mess around in here. About that
Oh.
guy playing the washboard.
This guy's a state of washboard-induced ecstasy. Okay. Wow, you're really going to town on that washboard. Yeah. I love the fast staccato rhythm it makes. It is pretty good. But someday, there'll be fancy electrical machines that do it real good. Till then, though, folks call me Washi, by the way. Hi, Washi, I'm Ross. Actually, I've got nothing to ask. Sorry about that. No problem here. See you around. Am I gonna make like a band at some point?
Oh, probably.
This is the hobo you met on the boardwalk earlier. She gives you a smile. Hi there, Dusty. Hi there, Dusty, right?
That's me. And your name was Ross?
Got it in one.
Great, how you keeping, friend?
Oh, no complaints that would make any sense to describe. How are you liking the camp?
It's real nice. Everyone's real personable, even if most of them are a bit quirky. I'm thinking of getting a poker game together if I can find anyone with a full deck.
See you around.
It's Gus, the guy you met in the rain when you arrived at Plunkett Street.
Hello, Gus. Why, hello there. Ross, I believe it was. That's right. Well, it's a pleasure to have another run-in with a friendly acquaintance. It's nice that the rain cleared up. It is nice. I do enjoy the rain, but I also enjoy the dry clothing. So you're the kind of guy that's comfortable in any sort of weather, eh? Yes, I do my best. Can't stop a rain cloud by crying, after all. And in fact, when you get right down to it, pretty much anything that happens to a person can be considered weather of a sort. Huh. That's real philosophical. Old Gus says, if you can find the pleasure in any circumstance, then you'll never be a sufferer of misfortune. Huh.
Must have moved in the fall.
Game kind of makes me want... I want to replay L.A. Noire.
Press X to doubt. Oh yes, the facial animations. Oh god, always and forever.
No, just that first one, though.
Because it took several trips, you know?
Let's see, this is a
Give
hobo...
me a hot second. I got stuff to do.
Well, there's a hobo lady, so it's going to be half you, half me.
Great.
Hello there.
Well, hello there, dearie. I do believe we've been introduced.
Don't.
I'm Veronica. Or I don't believe we've been introduced. I'm Veronica.
Hi, I'm Ross.
Can I offer you a cup of tea? It's homegrown, so to speak.
You found tea leaves around here?
Just about any leaves can be tea leaves with the right attitude.
I'm fine, thank you. I like your hat.
Why, thank you. I grew it myself.
The flowers?
The whole thing. I'm trying to grow some socks as well, but they're much trickier.
I can imagine. Okay. What's this? Hi, don't touch that telephone. Roll your use only. This phone isn't actually connected to anything. Don't let it hear you say that.
This is as cozy and inviting as it's possible for a barrel of burning garbage to be.
Warm your hands. Oh. God damn it. Character chart. Perks.
And...
Effects.
damn it. Hang on.
We have cold armor from doing that. Are you hiring and refiring Ven?
I have to.
Hello there, you must be the Hobo King. The crown gave it away, I presume? Yep. Well, you are absolutely correct. I am the Hobo King. Though, to foster a more familiar air, I permit my subjects to call me Johnny. Nice to meet you, Johnny. I'm Ross. What can I do for you? Got a question. Where are you from? Hoboken. Of course you are. Cryptography? Oh, wait.
Bewildering array of partially... Go back.
Sorry.
Partially redacted nonsense. There we go.
Wait, but those are some of the signs from the guys.
From the guy's yard, yes. You don't even understand the titles of these books, much less their contents. Wow, you haven't seen one of these in ages. Whatever it is.
Is that a Morse code machine?
I think so. One thing these
Hobo
notebooks
code.
have in common is that you do not understand any of them. Hobo code.
So wait a minute, you said it for more than 2 minutes, or?
This device seems to have music coming out of it. The hobo is flipping through a worn book, occasionally stopping to check the strange machine next to him and pencil some notes in the margins.
Hi there. Oh, hello. You must be new here. I don't think I've seen you around before. Yeah, my name's Ross. Pleased to meet you. I'm Letters... That came out of nowhere.
Bless you, that was impressive.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Letters McCabe. Is there anything I can assist you with?
Week.
Why do they call you Letters? I'm an expert in microcryptography, aka hobo code. You familiar with that? Nope. What's that? It's a system of pictographic elements that can be written unobtrusively on walls or carved into fence posts, etc. Traditionally used by hobos to leave messages for other hobos. To mark a house where the occupants are charitable, for instance, or to warn of a vicious guard dog. That sort of thing. I'm working on expanding the system for more general communication purposes. That's pretty interesting. Is there anything I could say? What's the book you're reading? This is the Hobo Code Manual. I can teach you the basics if you'd like. Sure, that sounds useful. Spend 10 minutes... Oh,
You spend 10 minutes or so going over the bases of hobo code with letters. He teaches you some of the most common glyphs.
if you'd like
So
to
now you'll
know
be able to
more, just ask
understand
any hobos you meet. They're honor-bound to assist new learners. It's the That's the Hobo Code. Hobo literacy. Okay.
Neat, thanks.
What's with all the stuff in the room? Stuff is a little overbroad of a topic for conversation. Feel free to point at any particular object you want me to ask about. You want to ask me about, though. I'm always happy to be informative. Okay. I'm good. I'll see you later. What is this contraption? That's just a radio.
Oh, right.
What are all these books? Manuals for various types of codes and ciphers, Vigenere, Beaufort, treatises on several variations of columnar transposition, the classic Mormon jigsaw, German mix-up code, and so on. Interesting. There's a few books on old pictographic languages in there, too. Fascinating stuff. Well, it's all Greek to me. Say Letters, what's with this poster? These are some general-purpose hobo code glyphs I've been working on. There's a bunch of them blacked out, though. Yes, well, they're still experimental, so I decided it would be wisest to take some precautions. Huh.
One thing in these notebooks have in common
Okay.
is that you don't
You already
any
read
of them.
that. You got a lot of notebooks here, Letters. Yes, all my notes on the hobo code, more notes on codes and languages in general, as well as my studies on radio telemetry, telegraphy, and telephony. I think my aunt's recipe book is in there somewhere, too. Do you write all these in code? I can't make out a single word. No, that's just my handwriting. I've never had that feeling because I have really good
You
handwriting.
do have a really nice penmanship.
Hey, Letters, what's this thing? That's a teletype machine that we savaged when they shut down one of the local post office branches for cutbacks. We patched it into the local telegraph network so we can communicate with some of the other hobo... Oh,
Popcorn!
there you go.
Thank you.
You can hold on to that. Neat. What's this machine you're working on? This is the old naval radio encryptionograph from the Cola Wars. I'm trying to modify it to work with hobo code. That sounds hard.
I know that feeling. Your handwriting's not that bad.
No, it'll look good.
It really isn't.
Yeah, so it was designed to handle a pictographic writing system, that's for certain. But if I can get it to work, it should be very secure. Some heavy-duty equipment. Between this and the teletype machine, this is some heavy-duty equipment you've got here. Yes, well, I'm not at the liberty to discuss it in detail. Yeah, you understand, but secure lines of communications are going to be important if Johnny's plan are going to come to fruition. Well, now I'm intrigued. Sorry, you'll have to talk to him about it. Okay, then. Desktop radio. What's this deal? What's the deal with this? It's a ham radio. What's it for? Listening to stuff about ham.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What's this? Righty's shoebox is slouching in the corner. Hey, hey, Letters, what's in this old shoebox? Old shoes. You're welcome to them. Sweet.
Pick
Try
up
to-
the box, but can barely lift it.
Geez, what kind of shoes are these? Hand-me-down boots. They've been passed from hobo to hobo for generations. Probably about 50 pounds of metal reinforced on them by now. Damn. Okay, so what do those shoes? Those are going to get rid of the birkenstocks, though.
Yes, you did. Oh no.
Improves the sound of your footsteps. This just weighs your feet down. So I guess if we need to go in water.
Yeah. Leonard not heard about your horrible Pokemon crap shoes. Letters McCabe for the win. Coming in clutch.
Okay, so I can talk to them about the other... Got any Kobo tips?
Oh, Letters gave you the lowdown on the Code. Sure, I can teach you a character or two. She pulls an old copy of the racing form out of her pocket and scribbles some glyphs on the margins with a pencil.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Student of letters and of letters. I'll be glad. Okay, so more. So if we just talk to everybody, we should... Okay,
Certainly, dear. In fact, I still have my notes from when I was learning it myself.
Okay. Okay, let's do the code first.
According to the Hobo Code.
I'll get back to you on that. Letter said you're working on a secret plan. Oh, did he? He wouldn't say what it was, though. Certainly not. That information is mine alone to divulge. So, will you divulge? You're a practically stranger here. I apologize, but I cannot jeopardize operational security. Shucks. Alright, so I need to do more Get Bamboozle and more Moxie Grub. Ask about the hobo code?
This one here means arpeggio. Oh, well, that's just music.
Yeah. I mean, that... You would think like that would help me specifically, because I am a jazz agent. Ask about the hobo code? Word washboard, and some words that kind of describe the sounds a washboard makes, but they aren't real useful as actual words.
He
Alright.
uses them to you anyway.
That's good.
Thou shalt not live down thine horrible shoes.
Alright, so let's go...
Don't you worry, I won't let him either. Gabby takes a piece of candy out of her purse, tosses it in her mouth, then holds the purse out to you. Want one?
Sure, thanks. Your purse is just entirely filled with saltwater taffy.
Yes, it's Gabby's favorite.
Ooh, root beer taffy. That sounds pretty good. Guess I did hear somewhere that goblins process sugar really effectively and don't need as many vitamins as humans.
Haha, jealous?
A little bit, yeah. Actually sounds really good. Did I not?
Okay, so we don't have anything, I guess.
Mailbox.
Some amateur wit has penned a mild bon mot on the on the wall of a bathroom stall. You smile, but do not laugh.
I don't have enough moxie yet.
Damn.
Leave.
Fun fact, if packed correctly, you can use sugar as the propellant in a solid rocket engine.
Huh.
How'd you figure that out? You blowing shit up with sugar? There's a mailbox here with a guy sitting on top of it. The guy reaches down from his perch to shake your hand.
Hi, I'm Marvin. Hi, Marvin. I'm Ross. What are you out doing up there? Stunt. Stunt? Doesn't seem particularly stunning. You're just sitting there. Yeah, but I've been sitting here for
He looks at his watch.
7 months, 15 days, 9 hours, and 41 minutes.
Why?
Why? It's a stunt. Okay, but are you protesting something or trying to attract attention to some kind of cause? Nope. Do you have any money riding on this? Is it for a bet or a contest? Nope. I feel like you don't really get a concept of a stunt. Guess not. Say, would you mind helping me out with something? Sure, what's up? I've mainly been eating snackle cakes while I've been up here and I'm out. Can you grab some for me? Snackle cakes? Are you serious? I'll admit, they're an acquired taste. And I guess nobody other than you wanted to acquire the taste of powdered milk mixed with sawdust with a nail still in it. The snackle mills went out of business years ago. Yeah, but the shelf life on those things is incredible. It's what makes them so good for stunt rations. I got my supply from Hiram's Grocers down the street. Could you pick me up some more? Yeah, alright, I'll be right back. Can I go in this building? Who's there? Whoa. Ross who? Huh. Okay. Amos. Disease. Okay, I don't know. Hiram's.
You hear a wet, burbling noise coming from an alley and cautiously peer around the corner. Two more of those weird fish-headed guys are rooted around through the trash cans. You don't think they're the same ones from before, but since you're not hugely familiar with anthropomorphic fishmen, it's hard to be sure. One of them suddenly looks up and blinks in your direction. Crap, did it see you?
Expired seltzer. Can we learn their language?
We'll see.
Do we want to actually fight this time,
will
or
see.
do we want to actually fight them, or do we want to just sneak past?
Let's sneak past them.
2. We gain
Quickly duck
experience that
behind
way.
a mailbox as the fishman wetly plods to the mouth of the alley and peers around. Then it shrugs and returns to its rummaging.
Alright. Whew. He didn't give me any Huh, with one shoe. Check for a second one. There isn't a second one. Do I wear one shoe? Is that an option? Wait.
No. No. Oh
Wait.
no.
It's only this.
This is so stupid though. Making that rocket fuel sounds like a squeak.
I'm putting the Birkenstocks back on, though.
Put the Birkenstocks back on.
I was not excited about the idea about how I had to get a crowbar or muscle. Oops.
I can't remember if I hired you back. No, I don't think I did.
Oh, wait.
I wonder if they folded the silly walks into individual shoes. Maybe they did.
Possibly. I did get more muscle and mysticality just because I had enough for that. Is that enough for this? Yep. This door is not exciting. I can yank the boards off, though, now.
There we go. Very good. And great. Your bulging biceps made short work of the boards.
Oh, let's talk to this guy really quick.
Bored-looking hobo lounges against the walls of the decrepit building.
Hi there. Hi, I'm Ross. Samuel? I'm looking for Hiram's grocery. Is this it? What? When? Been standing here the whole time? What are you doing here? Waiting for what? So you're looking for work? Yeah. Considering that the store's pretty thoroughly closed, I don't think you're going to find any work here.
Well, on your way to 70 by the end of this stream, and basically. She's at 64 right now.
Well, forgetting the other store. It doesn't look to me like like another store is going to open here anytime soon. Here, maybe you can take a cab to a different store or something. Well,
Tips his hat to you. Hails a passing cab.
whoa. Okay. Rusty tongs.
Grab the tongs, wishing you had a different pair of tongs to do it with. Register's empty unless you know someone who accepts mouse droppings as currency. Okay. Find an old invoice for a shipment from the Snackle Mills factory, which is marked as never having arrived. Factory's address is listed.
Okay.
No, it's empty.
Unless.
No, it's definitely empty.
But wait.
Listen, it's empty. I promise.
Fine.
Oh, wait, what's this?
What?
Just kidding. There's nothing.
Oh, we have Bronto superiority going. Oh, we found
You
lip
find
balm.
a mercifully unopened tube of lip balm.
We didn't find anything for the guy.
No. You have to go to the factory.
Oh, that's right.
Find your path unexpectedly blocked by a huge pile of junk. A broken down car, a busted lamppost, a couch with the springs poking out of it, and a wide variety of other assorted trash.
Jeez, what happened here?
Oh, Gabby has a memory of it. There was an accident a couple of weeks ago. That car had a tire break and smashed on the lamppost.
That explains the car and the lamppost, but why are they still here? And what's with its other junk?
City trash takeawayers are all contractors now, and who wanted to pay for it? Nobody. So the car waits here, and people put junk there because that's a place where junk is.
Huh, well, I guess we go around it.
No, not in this street. That's dangerous. Look at that lamppost for what a car can do.
Well, sure, but the traffic isn't bad right now, and...
Here, it is not any problem. Gabby starts picking up junk and stacking it out of the way, clearing the path through the middle of the pile.
Thanks, Gabby, but that's not really...
Heave! Ha! With a mighty shove, Gabby knocks the wrecked car over on its side and wrestles it into a parking spot.
Wow.
Haha! Gabby sure showed that car where a car goes. Whew! I love that.
Yeah, if this antique thing doesn't work out, you could get a job threatening to park people's cars for them.
Okay. We're down to the kernels now, so.
Yep, we're good.
Thank you for the popcorn.
Kirk. Gabby the best.
What is up with this collection of
I don't know, but none of them come in here. But none of them come in here. Bye, Molly. Would love to get Molly on camera.
Why are all 5 of my cats in my kitchen?
She will claw me to death, but I would love to get Molly on camera.
This truck is laden with crates of snackle cakes, the worst snack food ever developed.
Grab a case from Marvin. Okay.
You really take the cakes. Uh-huh. Empty vegetable oil drums. This crate is full of baking soda. The tarp is there to keep vinegar from getting into it. The loading dock door is slightly ajar.
Is there anything?
This must be the front door to the factory. Wait, is this the front of the factory or the back? The door doesn't appear to be locked, but it sure doesn't open. On closer inspection, it seems to be rusted shut.
Alright, I need more muscle. Wait, don't I have an item that increase muscle? Physicality and hot damage.
Thank
lip balm.
you.
Oh, it gives us sleaze armor for the lip balm, by the way. This Tin Lizzie grease gun, which I have on. Birkenstocks.
This isn't really intended to be used as a weapon, but that's never stopped you before.
Baseball bat? No, it doesn't increase anything. Okay.
I have lip balm too. It tastes like chocolate frosting.
You also have one that's chocolate and peanut butter over there, too.
I gave it to you.
I know. Okay, I can still squirm over here.
It looks like the abandoned factory has been occupied by one of Ocean City's various gangs of street hoodlums named the Doughboys. They're hanging out here in their leather jackets and white aprons, bragging about their sourdough starters and using rude words like focaccia and son of a brioche. Or they were until you made that huge racket getting in here. Now they're staring knives at you, and also pointing knives at you. And they're bread knives, which are serrated, so you don't really want to get stabbed with one.
Whoops.
A huge mound of loose sugar.
Do we want to try and fight them, or...?
I guess we can try. Doughboys are clearly less aggressive than other street gangs, in that they're glaring at you and muttering angrily to each other instead of already having attacked you. However, it's also clear that you aren't getting past them without a fight.
Well, let's try getting past them. Ow.
Are those little wads of dough?
I think they are.
Ronald the Loafer?
Squirt.
Loaf Bash.
Oh, they're their... Flap slap.
No, Edison!
Okay, I don't think we are...
Okay, so it's a dubious Cola Wars grenade. We don't have any AP. You blew yourself up.
I was... Well, this isn't gonna go well.
Okay, well,
Rule of thumb, we can't beat these people yet.
nope. You lost. The Doughboys dusted you in flour and pounded you flat. Now you're angry.
Okay, so we can't fight them yet either. Okay. Sure. We can go back to Marvin.
Yes, we can. You see some super hardened sap oozing out of a wound in one of Ocean City's street trees.
Snap up that sap.
Chip off the hardest parts of the sap. The hardest part is the chipping.
Impenetrable shellac.
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 Some shellac comes from insects, but you don't know if... But you didn't... Or you don't know that it can come from basically anywhere.
Really jonesing for whatever it is they use for frosting. Yeah.
I found you some. Here you go.
Oh, sweet. Expert sitter. Oh, we got to increase
so good at
moxie.
sitting down that you make it look even easier than it normally does.
Okay, we got 100 meat and we got 10 XP. We did also find that book, so we could take that back and try to do the uncursing.
Thanks, Marvin. See you around.
So let's head back to Pluckett Street.
And there we go. Still just a brick wall sitting behind it. So odd. It's the uncursing machine. Hi, Ross. How goes the hunt for the watch?
Let's see. Let's see. I think I tracked it down, but I need a bunch of meat to get it.
What? Is it stuck in a gumball machine?
I tracked the owner to a refrigerator warehouse, but I need to bribe some mob goons to get in.
Sorry, kiddo. I already gave you all the walking around money we could spare. Maybe you could find some odd jobs somewhere?
Gross. Any suggestions?
Well, a lot of city services are having trouble because of new hiring rules. Maybe you could score some cash under the table at Goldthwait Park?
Great. Which table?
No, I mean...
No, I'm just kidding. This wasn't here before, was it?
No, the antique bookshelf man came by this morning and Charles couldn't resist the deal.
Wow, I can't believe I stepped through the antique bookshelf man.
All the books are in Latin. Never learned Latin myself, so who knows if it's a history of the Roman Empire we got there, or pornography. Could be both. You know any Latin, Ross?
Actually, yes, I actually do, but...
I know you do.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, they say it's a dead language, but I think nothing ever really dies. It just ends up in our store. You select a random book from the Latin language collection. Lorem ipsum dolor et amet appears to be about graphic design in the Holy Roman Empire. Haha. Hard to imagine the knowledge becoming relevant to your quest, but hey, now you know where to find it. But what's this? We got history's worst honking. How'd that slip in there? Better take it. Clearly too modern to have any resale value in an antique store anyway.
Magna! Oh, Sacks of Violence.
Oh, it's not sax and It's not sax and violins.
No,
like
I told
thought,
you
but
that.
It's sax of violence.
No, but I told you that.
Whatever.
Annoying noises over the ages.
You read the stories of bad honks in the past and resolve to put some good honks into the future, to even things out a little bit. Somebody has stuffed a few pages of sheet music into the back of the book. It's written in a sloppy hand, though, so you really have to concentrate if you want to learn anything from it.
2 more damage per round. Wait, so...
We need
Oh!
honk your way to victory.
No, but read.
Okay, so it's,
It's an AoE, it's a permanent AoE every turn. So you do that every round and it just does damage to everybody. That's pretty good, actually.
I thought it was sax and violins.
No, I knew it was I thought it was Sax and Violence, but it was Sax of Violence.
So we were both wrong.
No, but I knew it had something to do with violence.
We were both wrong.
Probably should just wander. Wait, what did they say about Goldthwait Park?
Fast-talking salesman approaches you and starts his pitch before you can cross the street to avoid
Say
him.
there, would you like to purchase a set of encyclopedias? Which one do we want to do?
Absolutely not.
I thought you might say that. Understandable, but what if I told you that this was no ordinary encyclopedia? Do you think that's something you're likely to tell me? So, as likely as to be certain, step closer.
Step a little closer, would you? You wouldn't.
No?
You wouldn't. You stand your ground. He waits a few seconds and then takes a step towards you. He opens his trench coat to reveal the set of dog-eared paperback books.
This is no collection of boring facts. This is an encyclopedia of blue humor. Multi-volume collection of the lewd and lascivious. Trove of truly tasteless treasure. It's a set of books of dirty jokes. Precisely, and it's yours for the obscenely low price of 200 meat. No thanks. I see, you want the book, you just don't want all these people seeing you buy it?
He sweeps his arm around, gesturing at nobody.
Oh, what people? I just don't want it.
He winks.
I'll find you later, somewhere more private.
Slowly back away from him.
Back away, very.
If Gabby is your companion, you lose and get the angry perk. Does that make her cry? Fenragon.
Presented to Goldthwait Park, November 13th, 1922, by Margaret, Ocean City Comptroller. A few of my favorite pointy rocks. Huh.
I can't even...
You can't be surprised by this.
I'm not.
Botanical Gardens, Statue Plaza, Fallen Plaza, Science Center? Hi there, is there something wrong? Sorry fella, I don't want to seem rude, but I'm much too busy to chat. I'm stuck running this place by myself and there's about a million things to do.
Well, I could use a little extra pocket meat.
How about I help out? That'd be great, except the new city regulations disallow hiring random part-timers. Since this is the municipal park, only official government contractors are allowed to work here.
There's a law against side quests. Why?
Why are you taking my lines?
Because it was funny.
Just to be a thorn in my side, as far as I can tell. It's not like any of these tasks are dangerous or anything. You got kind of cagey look on your face when you said that. Okay, well, 2 of them are dangerous, but that isn't even half. And I submitted a request for help weeks ago and still haven't heard anything back. Well, you're in luck. I just happen to be an official government contractor. That'd be terrific, but I'm going to need some sort of proof to that. Lie through your teeth. Well, you don't believe me? I'm her. I'll have you know I was screwed by Mr. Johnson himself. Who? Johnson from Parks and Rec? Jeez, man, don't you know your own department? You outright dismayed to hear. Oh, that Johnson. No, that's fine. No problems here. Well, we got a little bit more experience.
Great.
Great, what do you need me to do? Oh, that depends. What kind of contractor are you? I'm a landscaper. Perfect. Our carnivorous plant exhibition in the botanical gardens has gone out of control. When you say out of control, as in this is less of a job for pruning shears and more for a baseball bat with nails in it.
Groundskeeper unlocks the maintenance shed behind him.
I can't promise there's anything you'll need in here, but feel free to borrow whatever strikes your fancy.
Well, I'll get right on that. Park maintenance logs. They wouldn't be interesting even if you weren't just pretending to work here. It's a shelf full of various herbicides and weed-killing chemicals.
That actually sounds like it would be helpful.
A shelf laden with miscellaneous junk. Scour the shelf for anything useful. So you got junk mail, a paperclip, and a match. Good, we need matches.
Are the matches like the,
Needles, probably, yes.
Yeah.
A plate of homemade cookies. Oh boy, oh boy.
Can I eat the cookie? So you eat something else. Okay. Oh, cool. So they actually do it like this now, so I can just do this. Physicality. Okay, cool. So I can actually do this and actually quest items, to-do list, overdue library book.
Checked this book out 13 years ago and have spent the last 12 years and 50 weeks feeling slightly guilty about not returning it.
Oh, that's cool. You can actually filter stuff now. Like, easily.
It's a locker, but it's not locked.
Ooh, pair of spare overalls. You can tell they're spare because they say spare on the name tag.
Maintenance overalls. So they're durable and comfortable, but they wouldn't be appropriate for a fancy gala. Luckily, you're unlikely to be invited to any fancy galas.
Increase in HP. That's not the button I wanted. Here we go. 1 physical armor. 3 HP.
Yeah, we should probably wear those.
There we go.
Keep the Birkenstocks on, though.
Well, it doesn't seem like shoes does anything like... What the hell? Prime statue, muck drenched.
Crap covered.
Depends, what kind of contractor are you? Statue polisher? I'm a statue polisher, I guess. Oh, thank God. I'm sure wasn't looking forward to doing that job. I think the birds must be eating leftovers from the old Snackle Cakes factory. It's horrible. Here's a rag. Great. I need stench armor to do this. I don't have anything for stench armor yet, do I?
I'm not sure.
I don't think I do. Inventory.
Check yourself.
Before I wreck myself? Hot armor, physicality, ranged weapons attacks. Rings, nothing. Pants, just that and that. Those weren't anything. Familiars, Edison the Wren. Food, no. Yeah, I don't think I have anything just yet.
I don't think you do either.
Okay, so let's check out another one. Let's do an exterminator.
Oh, great.
Got some real trouble at our
Lepidopterium, I think?
your butterfly zoo. A bunch of horrible monsters got in, and I'm afraid they're going to hurt the butterflies. Some of them are rare and expensive. Can you describe these monsters? Nope, I very deliberately did not get a close look at them.
It sounds awful, but alright.
Anything else you need? Well, that depends. I'm a plumber. Well, that's plumb convenient. Haha. Our fountain stopped running because it requires a real specific water pressure, and the pressure we get in from the municipal water supply hasn't gotten reliable lately. So I need someone to go down and adjust it. I'll unlock the manhole for you. That doesn't sound too bad. Unless it's going to be filled with
It's
innsmouth.
gonna be probably one of those things.
Okay, security guard. Security guard? That's awfully humble for a police officer. What? I mean, since the municipal police force was entirely replaced with contractors, you might as well call yourself a cop, right? All the rest of them do. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. There's a hobo that's been hanging out by the park fountain. I'd love you to move him along. Is he causing trouble? No, not as such. Everyone likes him, but busking in the park is against city ordinance, and rules are rules, you know. Alright, well. So that's where the plant is. Nothing to do with this. Just a bunch of pointy rock. Whoa, hi!
Gabby. This hobo's really going to town on that oboe. It's a hobo with an oboe.
Hey, mister, can you spare a little meat? I'll give him 10. Or, I'll give him 10.
Yeah, 10.
Sure, here you go. Thanks, and thanks again, my man. Hey, I need you to leave the park. You... what? Yeah, sorry, but the caretaker says you gotta go. There's a city ordinance against busking here, and he says... Funny how that only starts getting enforced after I stop giving that bozo a cut. Because, of course, you and I both know only the police can actually run me off out of here. You ain't no flatfoot. This is true. Could you leave as a favor to me? Well, okay, you seem like a decent fella, and I guess I owe you one. Find somewhere else to tune on this old tube. Great, thanks. Problem solved.
There you
One
go.
down. Science Center, park entrance, botanical down.
Lepidopterarium.
Okay.
Terrarium.
Got the hobo to leave. Did you
LOL.
beat him up? What? No. You sure you're a cop? Just kidding. Here's your official city payment. 75 meat and 5 experience. It takes a lot longer to level things up in here. Well, you know, coming along. Sure thing. Okay, so I need something for
Hope we get
stench.
to hear a hobo oboe concerto.
Wow. You haven't even hired her back yet.
No, I know. Darn.
Okay, so... no fishing. Oh...
Give me a second.
this game.
Says no fishing. Since there's no water in the fountain, you assume it means no fishing for compliments. Good advice.
Okay, so this is the butterfly garden.
You found it. The world's least remarkable rock.
That's mean.
There's a bench here so people can sit and stare at that rock over there.
Alright, so that goes down for the plumbing. This is the... was there something for the science center?
This exhibit would be more educational if any of the gizmos were labeled.
That's true.
Complimentary dihydrogen monoxide. Speaking of which.
Rocks are just as boring as all the other rocks you've ever seen. Make some potions.
What do you want to make?
Ooh, okay. Miscellaneous chemicals. Okay.
Ghost juice. Or face thickener.
Huh. You know, I'm gonna choose this one.
You mix the shellac with some lye, resulting in a putty that looks like it'd be great for smearing all over your face. Lye? Lye.
Doesn't that knock you out?
Lying is very bad for you.
Alright, I got thick face, so I have more defense.
Convenient. You don't trust that pendulum enough to get any closer to it. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, guys. Edison coil and Tesla coil.
Whoa!
Oh, and they're both electrocuting each other.
Do I get anything for this?
I don't know. Oh, but it's fun watching.
I'm just curious. Is this like getting like?
cactus.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, this is the worst. I'm so happy.
I'll do it 3 more times. Nope.
You're just electrocuting yourself for no reason. Oh,
All right, climb on down.
delightful.
Oh,
There's a note that says, "Stop messing with these switches. The fountain does not work unless the pressure is exactly 40 gallons per minute."
okay. 7. 37. 30. 45. 48. 55. 25. You know when I'm turning that off. I did it?
Yes.
Alright. Oh, that's kind of pretty how they did that. I know it's just like individual water droplets. That's actually probably hard to animate. Fix your fountain. It's running nice and smooth now. Terrific. Here's your official city payment. Thanks. Okay, sure thing. We could probably... I got 31.
You could update your mysticality. Just to balance yourself out.
What do you mean? No, it's by individual things now. It's not by... Like, you have to go by these spots. So the only one I could afford right now would be the increased item drops and meat drops.
Yeah.
Which still would not be a bad thing, so we'll do that. I got good eyesight.
You can recognize the letter E from really far away.
Okay, so then... Let's check out the... I don't know, but something about carnivorous plants scares me.
It's the butterfly zoo.
It's giant cockroaches.
Oh, God.
Wait, cricket?
It's a cricket, apparently.
Okay, we can fight them.
Okay, you're bleeding.
But it's not gonna last.
You won! You have successfully exterminated 40% of the giant crickets.
Excellent.
Ew, indeed. They look like roaches.
Oh, okay, so I accidentally hit it. So C, I can't see up here like what to hit. C is for character, I is for inventory. Oh, there's the other one. Ow. Oh, I see what happened. I had myself accidentally
Oh.
when I was using the grenade last time. Should be okay if I just do this, though.
We're gonna
Squirt. And flap slap. Whack.
It's either that or I would have healed you.
Oh, true.
You exterminated the last of the giant crickets.
Okay, so that was all that was.
Pretty.
You do love butterfly gardens.
I love butterflies. Actually, there's a place called Lucas Nursery. It's a bit of a schlep, but they have a butterfly garden.
I got rid of the
I
gross
love it.
monsters in the Lepidotrophium or whatever. Did you know they were actually giant? I don't want to know what they were. Thanks. I like to sleep at night. Here's your official city payment. Okay, we got one left, I think. Well, no, we need stench resistance for the statues.
Yes, we do. You enter the botanical garden to find it overrun by dangerous-looking weeds. Man-eaterus Chompetarius, to be precise. You know this detail because you minored in cryptobotany. That's the power of education.
Yikes. Feed me. What
Drink
does this do?
plants while looking at plants.
Ooh, okay. Oh, potion. We just used the one to give more armor. Also don't have too much money, but control
Control system for the botanical garden's extremely complicated watering system. Northern beer barrel cactus. Note, beer removed due to prohibition. Northern palm tree. Do not punch.
Don't tell me what to do. Ouch.
Plain sword leaf. Ooh, one of them is ripe.
Take it carefully.
You deftly harvest a dangerous leaf.
Sword leaf, leaf sword.
We have a sword.
Okay, so inventory. Moxie plus 2. Whoa! Deals your Moxie plus 2 physical damage and cause 1 bleeding.
That's good.
That's better than this.
Let's
actually.
do it.
That's better than that, actually. So equip that.
Wow, those do not look. Those plants do not look like they belong here.
Fight them. Do this. Flip. Wow, it exploded.
Tui. No,
Hey.
Edison. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Stab it.
I stab thee.
Edison, no!
In a way, it's almost better.
Sword like that, your foes will either leave you alone or fall before you. Code space!
Oh! He got stronger.
Edison the Red grew stronger.
Nice. So I wonder how many familiars we get.
I don't even keep a fired count for you. I don't even think he was working for me, but you know what? I'm not a very good employer.
Highland Bone Bush. We were beginning to believe that this specimen was donated as a joke. Eyegrass.
Avoid prolonged eye contact.
Joshua Tree.
Named for its discoverer, David E. Tree.
Wetlands Nasty Bramble.
Donated by a patron with no regard for the safety of the staff.
Okay, so we just need something with stench resistance.
Dealt with your botanical uprising.
Alright, so we just need something with stench resistance. Excuse me. Let's go back. There was a shop at Plunkett Street, right?
I think so.
Maybe they have like an armor thing that's for stench resistance. Oh wait, no, it's the
The
circle.
Cola War surplus. Isn't that a national park out west or something? Yes, it is. I think somewhere in... Goddamn, is it California?
Still working on it. Can I interest you in to find historical memorabilia? Let's see what's for sale. Haverstock.
Gas mask. Gas mask. Honey.
Where?
Gas mask.
Oh, stench armor. Okay.
You have 70. It's 70 meat. You have 300 and something.
Yeah. I was just seeing what else.
Yeah, California. I have never been there.
Dented bugle.
I have,
Don't I-
however, been
Don't I have
to,
one of those?
Oh,
wait,
there's
let's
like the
grab
Desert
this.
Botanical Garden in Phoenix. It was great. Because it was even better because there was
Buy that.
Chihuly glasswork out there. It was so cool. Should actually send you some of those pictures because you would love them if you like artwork like me.
Okay, so then, but yeah, you
Dude,
were
these grenades.
but you were absolutely right. So then, stench armor made few critical advances in gas mask technology
Gas
since the
mask.
Cola Wars. These old style ones had the advantage of being slightly cheaper. Quit.
I love how you actually wear it. Oh, please share pretty art pictures. I shall. I have been to the Phoenix Botanical Garden.
I look like
You know what? Okay, but I was extremely lucky when I went there because I didn't know. I didn't know that there was an exhibition there, and one of the options. I was on a trip with the Marching Knights. So back when I was in band, I didn't know that there was an exhibition there, but I got extremely lucky when I went there because I swear to God, I stepped in there, and then there's glasswork, and Dale Chihuly is like one of my favorite artists. And I saw it, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I will put pictures in the Discord. It's awesome. I was annual pass holder to Phoenix Botanical Gardens for like 4 years. I would love that. You round a street corner and encounter a woman in a welding mask using tightly focused magical fire to cut the fenders off a parked car.
hey, that isn't. I'm pretty sure that isn't your car.
There's a polite cough behind you, and you turn around to see a woman in oil-stained coveralls casually spinning a grease gun around one figure. Is this your car?
No.
Then it ain't your business neither. So maybe we should teach you a little lesson about minding your business.
You just said it isn't mine. Well, let's see.
Oh! The Chihuly exhibit was both there and over in the Phoenician Resort in Scottsdale. That is so cool. I saw there was like 3 big sculptures, like right out the gate
Whoa.
of the Phoenix Botanical Garden, and I hadn't noticed at first that they weren't actually plants. But then I looked a little bit closer, and it was one of the best days ever. You're on fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna be fine.
Are you?
Yeah, because it's not like in a West Loathing where if I go down, everything ends because my teammate can still finish a fight.
Okay.
Ew. It's a mystical wrench. Oh, we won.
Concealing yourself behind a trash bin, you wait until the Tin Lizzies regain consciousness and limp away. And quietly tell them to a back alley chop shop that presumably is their gang hideout. Back alley chop shop is fun to say. It is.
The Tin Lizzie's Chop Shop. Save it for later.
It is fun to say.
Okay. Good look at... It's a statue of Corinthia Boschenbossel.
Read the inscription. Corinthia Boschenbossel, mayor of Ocean City 1805 to 1823, is credited with putting Ocean City on the map by suggesting maybe we should build a dock or something so boats can park here. There we go. Now you get a look at this. Now you can get a good look at it. It's a statue of a Cola War soldier. War always doesn't change. That's good. That's good.
War. War never changes.
That's the Metal Gear Solid reference.
No.
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 Why did I think that was Metal Gear Solid?
Because
War
Wars-
has changed. No, I'm thinking of War has changed.
Yeah.
From Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
war
It's
never changes.
Fallout, isn't
Yes, I was about to. I'm like,
God damn it. May the forces of the Red continue to dominate and refresh forevermore. Dedicated in 1919 by the National Cola Association. No, okay, it's a granite sculpture of an owl skeleton. This game. The statue, hand chiseled from photo reference and enchanted to drive away mice, was gifted to Ocean City in 1902 by Hobart Buppert.
wow.
If
so
you guys remember him from
West.
of Loathing, he wanted to see a picture of an owl skeleton really bad.
Oh, you.
Oh no, I was very nearly offended by that one. I'm sorry, okay? It could easily be metal. See, there we go. Fen is here for me.
But she's also punning at the same time.
I will give you that one. That's a free one. That's a freebie.
By the way,
Cooler heads must prevail. I'm so...
just
It's a statue of Daniel Ocean. Daniel Ocean founded Ocean City in 1770 and on his deathbed in 1804 requested that visitors to this monument only view the statue from the left as he felt that was his better side. I should desist my icy stares. I'm really warming up to these. I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it.
it's another Cold War soldier.
Soldier of a new generation. Here's to all those brave boys in blue who took the ultimate challenge.
Okay, we cleaned all the. Okay, I'm taking this gas mask off now. Oxy and HP. Okay.
Just don't burn out.
Thanks. Thanks for all the help. Goldwave Parks looks ship-shape, thanks to you. Here, take this for your trouble. It's been in the lost and found for years. If whoever lost it was gonna find it, they'd have found it by now. Got a mood ring. It was nothing. Okay, what does that do? The kind of mood rings you were thinking of haven't been invented yet, and you're not sure how that makes you feel. Probably makes you feel a different way every time you walk into a new room. Constantly change. Wait, so am I gonna have like a different face every room?
I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it right now. I'm ignoring it. I am.
Wow, he's putting the pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A thin, nervous-looking man in a suit stops you.
Excuse me, sir. Do you fear for your safety in this dangerous city full of hoodlums and criminals? Wow.
Oh, well, I didn't until you said that.
Then it's a good thing that you met me. I have the solution for you right here.
Oh, I see. Okay, what are you selling? He holds up a small case and opens it, displaying a selection of the tiniest pistols you've ever seen.
Derringers, with one of these up your sleeve in your sock or wherever you think you can hide it. Personal self-defense is right at your fingertips. Huh. Are concealed pistols legal in this state? What? Probably. Sure! Huh, how much?
Extra small Derringer.
Sure, I'll buy one. But thanks. You won't regret this purchase. Certainly don't regret being able to make my rent payment to Mrs. Brewster. Who's Mrs. Brewster? She runs a boarding house for traveling salesmen. Gets real scary when the rent's late. Alright. Hold on. So now we got a new area. Oh, we have the chop shop, too.
As you're walking through Ocean City, you see a couple of stranded motorists trying to change a car tire. Their efforts aren't amounting to squat, though, because they don't have a jack.
Apologize and leave. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, Gabby could have...
That's very true. She punched a car. Wait, what?
If you're bored by this boarding house, you could always just leave.
Wow.
Door isn't locked. Head inside. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with you all acting like panicked schoolchildren.
Miss Brewster, you gotta call the cops.
Ha, when this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. I don't have these hooligans turning my house upside down.
But there's been a murder. Someone has to do something.
What you can all do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious. The men file up the stairs, abashed but still fidgeting nervously.
Excuse me?
You get 2 more. You get 2 more. And then I start firing people again. Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. So does Hyphen.
I was about to say, were you?
Hyphen sighs.
I was actually about to say, were
exasperated.
you just acting out this? I wasn't looking at the chat for a second.
I don't have any vacancies, or well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until the whole mess has been sorted out.
One of those men said something about a murder.
Yeah, it's absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night. Nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end.
Code Space continued the, Maybe I can help. My name's Rosquid, and I'm kind of an independent investigator, sort of thing.
Well, oh, looks like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels.
What? Sure. I
Well,
guess he's
that's
talking
marvelous. He's probably talking about...
Hercule Poirot.
Yes. Okay, if you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably.
Okay, it's a deal.
Thank goodness.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He was a traveling salesman. All my lodgers are traveling salesmen.
What did he sell?
Oh, they come and go so frequently. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea.
Well, how did he die?
Whew, sorry. I'm not sure. The body is missing. Look, you'd better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so that nobody would mess around in there.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
You're not even formally in my employ, so that's something. You step into room 3C and discover
Holy crap!
a massive pool of blood on the floor. And like Mrs. Brewster said, there's nobody in sight.
Whoa. That blood or jelly?
An ordinary wash basin, no clues here. There's also a mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror.
Hi, Ross.
Yes,
Hey.
we're playing detective now.
Hey there, good looking. Aw, what's wrong? Why, I oughta... Oh, no, 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 no.
You remember something really embarrassing you did a couple years ago.
Okay, so that's the express. So you can change your expression.
Holy jeez, is there even this much blood inside a person? This throw rug looks pretty ordinary. You roll up the rug and, well, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. It looked like a crazy occult diagram, so you can't confuse me.
Mm-hmm.
The lines and glyphs appear to have been burned onto the floor. You can see little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram, and it even smells faintly of weird incense. Was this some kind of ritual killing?
Great. Oh,
Like regular old murder wasn't enough.
yeah. This is reminiscent to the person that exploded in the Wesselo thing. Shoes?
Some high-heeled shoes have been carelessly left in the hallway. You're not sure which aspect of this would upset Miss Brewster the most.
Extra high heels. What did those do? Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Oh my god, you gotta put them on.
Trying. Makes your
Elegant
steps
shoes for sophisticated ambulation.
makes your steps higher.
Yes!
So each shoe does have one of the funny. Wait, what did the heavy shoes do? I keep hitting the wrong thing. Heavy boots. Equip. Yeah, so each shoe does one of the stupid walks. So you just... God damn it.
Oh, I enjoy this immensely.
So you just choose which one you want, but you really like the birkenstocks because of the jingles. Wait a minute. Hold up. My eyes changed.
Yes, they did. The two pointy-leafed plants are holding the fronzy one hostage.
Oh. Okay. Well, Mrs. Brewster, I had a look in room 3C.
Did you find anything?
Found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross.
Did you find anything else?
Yes, actually, an occult ritual circle.
What? Oh my goodness, you think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice?
I'm afraid it looks that way, yeah. Wait, yes, ma'am.
Well, I've always felt the Lodge's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit.
Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know?
I do recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around.
Okay. Is there anything on the first floor?
Franzi. Terrible. Oh,
this
so bad.
This potted flower saw nothing.
Hey, Nostromo.
Oh, hi! Welcome in.
Right on time, I just fired Fenragon.
For like the
Again.
11th time tonight already. Okay.
For the 67th time overall. You knock on the door and a nervous-looking salesman peeks out.
I'm warning you, I'm armed. Oh, I know you. Yeah, I think we've met before. You're Sildell Derringers, right? That's right, yes. You should buy one. There's a murder on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know that there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman.
I
Okay.
see.
Okay, so he's either on the 3rd floor or he's not in one of the other rooms. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Okay, so not 2C, because it happened in 3C. So it either has to be one of these two or the two upstairs, depending on which one.
Not Hyphen sitting there acting like she didn't brutally kill me in a month. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You knock on the door.
Who's there? I'm not opening this door with a killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that would help? There's a salesman who specializes in occult stuff.
I was editing the footage.
That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which
He's
room is
been
he
a
in?
brutal murderer
Not sure,
for all
but he
the
isn't in
years
the
I've
one
known
above
her.
me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either.
What can I say? I'm just that good.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so it either has to be 2B or 3B.
Or it's not to be.
Badoom.
You knock on the door and a salesman pokes his head out.
Yeah, what can I do for you? Investigating a murder. Oh yeah, really grisly business. Do you know the other salesman that lives here? Not really. That's the guy who sells the little Derringer pistols. He's complaining about the guy who lives right above him. That's the trinkets and bauble guy, because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much though. Well, something. Okay, so I think it is the 3B guy.
I mean, what can I say?
Hello? Who are you? I'm investigating the murder. What can you tell me about the people who live here? Well, I pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags is the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. What?
Nothing. Thanks.
What?
I don't know.
Hey there. Something I can help you with? Investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about the people who live here. I don't really know any of the other guys. There's a fellow that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think, and there's a guy that sells pants, but all I can tell you about him is that he isn't the guy right below me. Okay, this is getting... Okay, 3C was the murder, so you must be the joke guy.
You knock on the door, a voice calls out without opening it.
Hi. Hello? Hi, I'm investigating the murder. How well do you know the other salesman here? I don't know any of these guys, although I think there's a guy who sells brushes who's neighbor with the guy who sells pants.
Okay, thanks.
Wait. Who sells pants? You're the Derringers. That door's locked. That was before. I forgot what you said. All I know is the guy who sells Derringer lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets.
So that was 2C, wasn't it? So the guy who sells trinkets got murdered.
Yeah, 3C got murdered.
Yes, I know, but he has to be the guy who sells trinkets because the guy who sells Derringers lives there.
Wait, did he say next door or did he say...
Below.
Right, underneath the guy. So then... Okay, thanks.
So it had to have been the guy who sells trinkets who got murdered because...
No, because the guy who sells Derringers is 2D. So it'd be 3D was the guy who sells trinkets. Wait, is the guy who sells the occult stuff the guy who died?
I distinctly remember you winning that training game we played continuously in the lead up to the grand opening. Oh god, you'll have to remind me because there were a lot of them.
Wait, talk to you. Okay. The salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives... Wait. The salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes.
What?
Okay. It's a logic problem. If I had a grid, I would be able to do this a lot easier.
Do not.
Okay, so there are 8 rooms. The salesman who does jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above. So he's not on the 3rd floor. Wait. Next to the one who lives... So the one who does jokes and gags is not in an upstairs room. Fenragen is... I don't know if she's confused or...
I'm plenty confused
The
myself.
only 2 guys I met around here are the jokes and gags seller who lives on this floor.
And a pants hawker who doesn't live in the room right below me.
Okay, so someone sells pants downstairs, and then jokes and gags sells on this floor. Okay. Wait. And hold on. And then you said... So jokes and gags is either the murder victim or
Murder
3D.
victim.
Huh?
You said Victor.
Sorry. So the person who sells jokes and gags is either the murder victim or the guy at 3D. The brush salesman lives next to the pants salesman, so I think those are downstairs. So then, Derringer, not pants. So is pants and brushes? The guy who sells Derringer lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. Okay. I don't know, it's the guy who sells occult stuff didn't live above me, and he doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim.
There's the one between 1 and 3 murders were selected by the referee, and you had to work your way through a crowded room. Whenever you tagged someone, you'd whisper to them that they're dead. You'd win if no one could catch you. It was what Among Us was based on. Oh, I might have... Hang on. I remember that game. I don't remember whether or not I've played it. I honestly
Live
don't.
above me, and he doesn't live at the same end.
Because it isn't something that we did over at Weasley's.
Okay, the guy who lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. Okay, so Derringer's trinkets, 2D, 3D. Salesman who sells Juxon's gag isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes.
We played it for like a week or two straight in Borgin, though I suppose it's more thematically appropriate. Yeah, it is.
The only two guys I've met are the Jokes and Gag seller who lives on this floor and the pants hawker who doesn't live in the
really
room.
liked the wardrobe over there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it was probably one of the best things I've ever worn. I also wore that cloak and I felt like a bad bitch.
Let me go back down. I wonder if she's going to ask for us to, like, solve the murder.
I had that look on my face where I was just like kind of looking down my nose at you whenever I worked over there. I think I worked over there like a couple times, but I'm just like, yes.
Okay, so 2C
The
is
men's
her...
wardrobe sucked in the summer.
2C is her room, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, Miss Brewster, who lives in 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked.
That's because 2C is my room.
Oh, well, can I have a look inside?
Certainly not. That's private, and you can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for business.
Guess you have a point there. Okay. Okay, so 2C's out, Derringer's, Baubles.
You had the perfect disdainful glare. Oh, thank you.
Okay, so...
I tried my best.
Derringer, so Brewster, Derringer, Baubles, victim. So the right side's done. Right side of the board is done.
Yeah, and he doesn't...
Okay. Doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. Oh, the guy was wearing sunglasses up top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're both still alive.
He's got to live in one of the B rooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, though. Got it. Okay, so... Because...
I worked very hard on that disdainful glare. This is one
Because
of those
3A,
puzzles that would
because
benefit
3A
from a
was
notebook.
sunglasses, right?
It would. Knock on the door and the salesman opens it up again.
Okay, what's up? Caught the killer yet? Actually, I just need a fresh... Okay, so has to be the sunglass salesman.
Obviously.
So then... Yeah, so hold on. Go back to Derringer. All I know is that the occult salesman doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman.
So it has to be in one of the B rooms.
Yes, that's all I'm trying to figure out now. Got it. Okay, so it's either 2B or 3B. The guy who sells occult stuff doesn't live above me. Okay, so yes, and he doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim. So I'm leaning towards 3B. I'm leaning towards 3B. Got it.
Yeah, I need a notepad or just a padded room. I think we're both getting there.
Yeah, so that doesn't help. And this guy has the most confusing clue.
Mm-hmm.
Salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. Which one sells brushes? Okay, the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one... Wait. No, Baubles wouldn't be the same as jokes and gags. It has to be...
God damn it.
It has to be 3B.
I do have to get up for a second, though, so...
Oh, there it is.
Oh, god damn it. I
Fired C?
thought I got his whole name. Ugh! Thank you. BRB.
Alright. Painting, oil paintings of previous. Okay. While we're wait, okay. Do not use phone. Okay. Okay. So Derringer, sunglass salesman, and they're both still alive.
That moth is still in the bathroom sink, by the way.
It could fly out if it wanted to.
But it doesn't want to. Like, there's this big moth who's literally just sitting in our bathroom sink chilling.
By the way,
Because
he's
he
laughing.
wants to.
He's laughing at the fact you didn't spell him, and then Fen's adding a pun to the fact you just put a C.
Which is good because I literally just... I'm pretty sure I hired her back.
Let's see. How the occultist is. Maybe if we confront him with it, he'll either confess or give us some usable information.
No, I didn't. She's still fired.
You certainly know which one it is. I won't have you accusing the wrong fella. Let me just double check one more time, but I believe it's 3C. Or 3B, excuse me. Okay, this cult salesman doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman, and they're both still alive.
Lovely.
Okay, 2C is her room. Okay. Doesn't live above me, so not... Doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim, so... 2A, 3A, 2D, 3D are out.
Thank you.
So yeah, so it either has to be 2B... Guy who sells Derringers lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. But doesn't say a cult. The brush salesman lives next to the pants salesman. So those have to be... We don't know anybody who does brushes. You have to be sunglasses. It has to be it has to be 3B.
It's 2C where Stanley lives.
Stanley 2C. It has to be 3B. Shall we gather everyone together at the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the... Oh, that's you, by the way.
Shall we gather everybody together at the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels?
Sure, if you want.
I must say this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
You head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there with the salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose...
I'm not even... You know what? No, I'm not even going to hire you back. You're double fired.
Wow. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here today. So assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that was my guess, too. Yeah. Right. Well, as you can see by this weird circle on the floor, this killing probably had an occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult goods salesman, who is... I said 3B, so 6. I got it right, though. The guy in 3B. What? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely candidate. That's crazy. You're crazy. Tell it to the cops, but...
Suddenly, the wardrobe flies open and a salesman jumps out.
Haha, I fooled you. Oh, he's a joker. I fooled you all pretty good. What the... Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream?
Oh my god.
Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. Wear it in good health.
This ring bears the insignia of the Fraternal Order of Traveling Salesmen, which is difficult to make out at this small size, but it might be a farmer's daughter.
Makes you more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many.
Well, that could have gone worse. That occultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I do believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay.
14 meat for that?
Yeah.
Huh. 10 experience is good, though. Thanks. Glad to be of help.
I'd say I'll call if I ever need your services again. But I think this one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just going to throw everyone out.
And that's probably a good idea. I had a feeling when they said jokes and tricks, I was like...
know. I was waiting for that. 14 meat for a false accusation of murder.
Yep. Do we want to try the chop shop?
Try the chop shop. Chop shop is fun to say. You managed to sneak up to the Tin Lizzie's hideout without anyone noticing. You aren't going to stay unnoticed for long, though. This place is crawling with Lizzies. Unless your first move is to turn tail and run, I guess. This car looks terrible, but it smells great.
Oh.
You isolate and then confiscate the source of the freshness.
I got a prototype car freshener.
It's probably stunt armor.
Oh yeah, so... Yep, +2 stench armor.
There you go.
Doesn't that do
The
same
as
as
the Cola Wars gas mask.
Alright.
It's fine.
So that's just an accessory. That is... that, so I don't need that, though.
Okay, a couple of Tin Lizzies are busy trying to dismantle a car that is already pretty thoroughly mantleless. It's like watching someone try to scrape just one more sandwich worth of meat out of a leftover turkey carcass.
So first off, Saxon violence. Whale!
Sorry.
You're fine. See, so I'm gonna attack you. I need to do...
I like the
that.
film noir sax music in the background.
One down.
Edison!
He's actually gotten more HP now. Whack. Wow, they don't like...
Why are you picking on my Ren?
Saxon violence. Sound like an elk whore.
Oh no, please no. I swear to God.
Enthusiastically, Saxon violence.
I'm going to die. Thank you.
Successfully got revenge for that poor car. Greasy knee pads. Add one
They just made
sleaze armor
cars
to a pair of
taller. Working on them would cause a lot less wear and tear on the old knees.
Adds one sleaze armor to a pair of pants.
Excellent. Because I'm so
A greasy toolbox. Greasy gloves, spray on asbestos, and a piece of scraps metal. Okay.
Hang on. I have to hire my friends back. I'm a terrible employer, but I'm not that terrible an employer.
Why? You just said that you were never going to hire a friend back after the one pun.
Shut up. A bunch of Tin Lizzies are hanging out here. Their attention is mainly focused on something further to the right, but the camera doesn't move far enough for you to see what it is.
Fair enough.
Spray on asbestos was a real thing back in the 50s.
Yeah.
That's what spray snow was.
Well, actually, that is true. Fake snow was that. Excuse me.
Why did you set my bird on fire? He didn't do anything to you. Ouch. Oh yeah, the flock Christmas trees. Could you stop?
Ow. This is the sound it makes.
Don't hit Gabby. You won. Time to see what all the hoopla was about.
Ooh, Madison got stronger. Excellent. My character. Let's see here.
Your eyes were closed.
We got 60. Ooh, rhythm.
Rhythm in your blood.
Yes, please. Buy that.
And lots of extra blood for the rhythm to dance around in.
Okay.
Well, you're really mowing down enemies with that sword. I know where you're going with this, ma'am. What's extra interesting is the fact that they may very well have saved lives, since its fireproof properties would help protect trees from catching fire.
Mm-hmm. It's just
It
unfortunate.
saved just as many lives as it risked.
Unfortunately, it was can't. Ooh.
Yes, it was cancerous.
Welding bench is a welding mask. Got a welding mask.
Your face will be a better home for it than this dirty bench.
Mask will protect your face from being burned while you're welding or kissing candles. What do I have on right now? Inventory. Moxie and HP. Armor and hot armor.
You're also wearing face
Broken
thicker.
coconut. When did I get a broken coconut?
When you punch the palm tree.
Oh! I didn't know that it actually gave me something.
A muscular woman with flaming red hair is sitting atop a throne made of welded together wrenches and glaring at you. It's the Iron Throne. The woman gives you the traditional slow, sarcastic clap as you step forward. Nice entrance.
Thanks. Nice chair.
Thanks. Now who the hell are you?
I'm gonna introduce I'm Rosquit. Nice to meet you, and you are...
Well, ain't you sweet. I'm Big Liz. Big Liz Studebaker. I'm the boss of this gang.
That makes sense.
Now, considering that you just busted into my scrapyard and beat up 5 of my girls, plus however many on the way here, I figure you got something on your mind. So what is it you want exactly?
Either I can fight her, which she's probably a mini-boss, or we can...
Stop attacking me in the street.
I want your gang to stop attacking me in the street.
The girls do get a bit rowdy. Sorry about that. I'll tell you what, you got this far. My girls ain't no slouches. That's worth some respect, so I'll grant you a boon.
A boon? Like a favor?
Yeah, within reason.
How do I know this isn't some kind of trick?
It's no trick. You can trust me because I'm sitting on the crescent throne. That means everything I say is automatically true.
Wow, like the Pope?
Kinda, yeah. We're real into hierarchy and chain of command around here.
Neat.
Anyway.
What if you say you have a million meat?
What?
What if you say black is white?
It isn't magic. It just... Look, part of being a good leader is not trying to use your powers in stupid ways.
Aww.
Anyway, you get one wish. What'll it be?
More...
You cannot wish for more wishes.
nuts. Well then. Oh, Shades is playing Cook Serve Delicious.
Ooh, I hope she enjoys that game as much as we do. Because we do.
Well, she's playing the first one too, so a little more structured, not as much chaos as the second one, but I want to go with 1 or 2.
Call off your girls.
Wish you to call off your girls. I've got enough problems without dealing with lady hooligans trying to put me up on cinder blocks.
Alright, from now on, the Tin Lizzies have officially got a non-aggression pact with Rosquit, and considering the fight you put up already, I don't think that'll be hard to enforce.
Great, thanks. Okay, so 1 less enemy type to worry about.
Yeah, there you go. This car has not been noticeably chalked yet. Doors are locked. Dang it.
I need a wire coat hanger.
You do not have one.
I wonder if the shop would have one.
An old school blacksmith's anvil.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's go back here. Let's see if we have...
You barely have time to react as the ground shakes and shudders violently without warning, then bursts in a rain of earth as several large, slimy tentacles force their way out of the ground, writhing and twisting and groping at their surroundings. Incidentally, the reaction you barely had time to make was...
Ah!
Fight him.
Fight. Oh. Oh. Wait. What? Are you helping me?
Gross.
Are you helping me?
Tentacle buddy.
Interesting.
You have a tentacle buddy.
Ew.
Ew. Very ew.
What the?
What are you doing? Why are you like this?
What?
I thought you were...
Whack. Ew.
Stop throwing shit at me. You can't see because it's in your eyes. And I thought you would fight her and wrench control of the gang away.
Oh, nuts. Oh. It's another location, by the way.
You made it. Are you happy now?
Well, she did say she had to make up because she fell asleep last week. Yeah, she's happy.
70 terminations. You won. They're gonna need 10 of those things if they want to tackle you. You follow a trail of disturbed earth and cracked pavement from the place where the tentacles popped out of the ground to the place, or to the place where presumably they popped in. And by presumably, I mean obviously, because that place is a house with slimy, wriggling tentacles poking out of all of its holes.
Did you have to phrase it that way?
Yes, I did.
Alright, let's go ahead and investigate the house.
Wow, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your super gross funeral.
Gulp. Oh, wow. Oh. Wait.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much, in fact. Either someone's pet crack and escaped, or someone's opened a portal to the waggle dimension. Ugh. Oh my god, really?
Don't judge me.
It seems like this house used to be quite nice. Tall ceilings, nice wallpaper, fancy molding everywhere. Now, however, the wallpaper is peeling, the plaster is crumbling, and there's tentacles poking out of everywhere. It's a real fixer-upper.
Hello? Anyone call for a tentacle exterminator?
I don't think anyone called for a tentacle exterminator, but if you want to do some pro bono extermination anyway, I also don't think anyone's going to stop you. Well, except maybe the tentacles.
Let's go.
This toilet is old and damaged, but it appears to still be functional.
Flush. Ooh,
Hooray.
15 experience for that. Whoa. That?
The sink has a cracked bowl and a grubby tap. Look at that! Somebody lost a ring in the drain, and fortunately your fingers are just long enough to grab it.
Jagged ring. What does that do?
Luckily, it's
Ooh.
only sharp on the outside.
Ooh, we have a weapon that does bleeding damage.
Good.
Also, we'll stop having our moods change, but now we're stuck in this one, I guess.
This bathtub is filled with a fluid you'd rather not consider. Ew, indeed. This stove is remarkably clean on the outside. Ah, yes. All the filth is on the inside. That makes sense, I guess. These tentacles must have been in the mood for a snack.
Give them an attack instead.
That facial expression. I know, right? It gives me joy. I'm gonna put my sweatshirt back on.
Alright, we're starting to get to the point where we're getting enough strength to fight off these guys. Easily.
You sliced them and diced them.
Delicious.
There's exactly one drawer left intact.
Check it.
Jackpot! It was a junk drawer. You grabbed the choicest bits.
Hey, we got a match, though.
The refrigerator almost certainly contains horrors beyond your reckoning. No horrors, just some very old food.
Nasty old leftovers.
These three tentacles have erupted from the floorboards here.
Interrupt the eruptors. Let's go ahead and use you.
If that ain't you, I don't know what is.
Well, yeah. Ew. Ow.
And bleed stacks for tougher enemies. Yep. A wet slap. Ew.
You have 2 HP. Where's my... Heck, there we go. You're dead.
Get
Wonder
it, Gabby.
what other people we get.
3 down, God knows how many to go.
Tentacle skin hat band.
You're not entirely sure that the inside of a tentacle is any different than the outside, but if it is, this is just some of the outside part. It gives you spooky armor. This door is locked.
Nothing with that.
Even the second story is infested with tentacles.
Flap, slap. Oh, jeez.
That was uncalled for. You didn't sax them yet.
I know, I was trying to see what the other stuff did. What is this? Throw rock. Dealing 3 damage. This does not end your turn. Okay. So 8. 11 to 12. Okay, so then that should die.
It died.
Probably heal instead. Inspiring Dance. Okay. Blig.
Nice.
Not surprised this house is abandoned.
Obviously, I don't want to live there. You have rendered this room very slightly less terrible.
As is my sworn duty.
I think Gabby wants to talk to you, though.
Hi.
Haha, this is fun getting into fights.
You like a good fight, Gabby?
Yes, there are not usually so many fights around here. What an excitement it is.
I notice you do a lot of slapping. Do you know how to make a fist?
Oh, what?
Here, look. You curl your fingers like this, and you put your thumb over them here. That's a fist. You squeeze all that tight, and you hit people with these knuckles here. It's more powerful than a slap.
Wow, keen as a peach.
Wow, and just by talking to her, she does 3 additional damage now.
There you go. Who would want to stick around with this infestation? Not I.
Oh, wire coat hanger.
Great. So
Okay.
we would need that.
Can't even begin to guess what kind of furniture this was.
Sure I can. Okay then, smarty pants. What do you think it was?
Was a deck chair, a beach chair, a what's a tanzu?
It's probably another type of chair.
It's a deck chair,
No, guess again.
a bassinet,
Wrong.
an armoire,
Wrong.
a bureau,
Nope.
a
It's
chaise
chaise.
lounge.
No, guess again.
It was a chest,
Nope.
a divan.
No.
Was
Guess
it a
again.
footstool?
Nope, wrong. Guess again.
Futon.
No, guess again.
How about a chest?
Incorrect.
Nightstand.
Incorrect.
A throne.
No, guess again.
Display cabinet.
Nope, wrong.
Trundle bed.
Guess again.
Desk.
Nope.
Armchair.
Nope.
Wine chair.
Incorrect.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
Guess again. I told you couldn't guess. This nightstand is mercifully tentacle free.
Jewelry case and tentacle house key. Oh, was that for the room downstairs then?
Probably.
Suits in here. I don't have 4 muscle.
You leave the key in the lock for safekeeping.
Jeez, it's dark.
Cellar is way too dark for you to go any further. Yes, you have a flashlight, but you and I both know that flashlights are only good for making dark places visible, not for making them any less scary. A fuse box. All the fuses are missing. That explains the lights, I guess.
Okay, so I gotta find... there's a tentacle monster all the way in the corner. Okay, so we can't quite finish that yet. What was I gonna do? I was going to snap. Still can't finish you, can we?
An elderly man with thick eyeglasses shuffles up to you with a determined expression. Before you can react, he shoves some meat in your mouth and shouts in your ear.
Operator! Operator! Get my worthless son on the line! Mister, I'm not a payphone. That's what the last payphone said, and I'm not buying it. Let me talk to my first Schlagener son.
I'm sorry, sir. The line was busy. Please try again later.
Bah! Probably gobbling with one of his floozy girlfriends.
He shuffles away angrily.
Blech.
Okay, so I thought we would be able to...
See some of these.
Yeah.
Right, let's head back to the hobo camp then. Because we got the guy who played the oboe.
A chortling street tough in the alley challenges passersby to arm wrestle for the title of Alley King.
I'll leave the king alone for today. So there's the oboe. Well, hey there, friend. How's life treating you? Oh, I'm doing all right. Say, I never got your name. Oh, I'm Obi. Pleased to meet you.
You would be.
Likewise, Obi. I'm Ross. How's the camp? Well, it's fine, but most of the fellows here have got all kinds of stories about the travels. It's occurs to me that maybe I ain't done enough of that. Feeling a wanderlust? Well, now, maybe I wouldn't put it like quite that strong. It's not, let's say a wonder thirst. Want to tag along with me?
My weird new job investigating spooky antiques seems to involve a fair amount of travel.
Oh, now you're a pretty cool cat, and that does sound pretty interesting. Right, I'm in. Alright, we're heading out now, and do you want me to wait for you in some place? Wait for me at Oliver's place? Man, I'll see you there. How many companions can I have?
I don't know. On the side of a discarded hot dog in the gutter, you notice a rare form of lichen. Wring out the lichen. Ew. You squeeze the good grease out of the lichen while carefully avoiding the bad grease from the old hot dog.
Sorted grease.
You can tell that this was used for something horrible.
Let's move on. Kitty.
Calliope is still sleeping on her towel.
Wait, where did we send Obi?
To the speakeasy.
Oh, where does... Oh, speakeasies in the alley. Whoa. Okay, yeah, so we can either have Gabby or we can have Obi. You get one companion.
Okay.
Who do you want for now?
I want to keep Gabby for now.
Okay. Okay.
You only have one companion at a time. The rest will wait for you at the office.
Okay.
Gabby's the best.
Okay. Activated charcoal briquette.
Briquette.
5 HP and cures poison. 5 HP and bleeding.
Look at this guy doing the Charleston.
Charleston fever. That's supposed to be, Hi, Dan. Right back at you, baby. What's new? Order a drink? What do you have to drink around here? Beer? I'll have a beer then. Keep things simple. Bottoms up.
You drink the beer. You've had better beer, but you've definitely had worse beer.
Okay. Got a beer buzz. What does that do? Character. Effects. +5 to maximum HP.
I like it.
Okay. Take
She's
it.
a gift, honestly. The gift of Gab. She's super tanky, and she has heals. Fired. Very
Oh, by the way.
good. Hey Dan, your spittoon is kind of inconvenient.
Nah, baby. That spittoon isn't for spitting in. That's gone out of style now that mass-produced cigarettes are readily available now, anyway. Now that's a bona fide historical artifact. What? Really? That's right. Belonged to a famous adventurer from Frisco just before the turn of the century.
Really? Who?
Well, nobody's exactly sure. A lot of people include them. Wow, so they included Markipliers in here.
Oh, I love that.
Well, nobody's exactly sure. A lot of people think it belonged to Mumford Thumperdinck. It's a strong theory because if there's one thing we know about that cat, that he loves spittoons. But other people say it belonged to a fellow by the name of Thurnlian, and what a whole lot of other people claim belonged to a whole lot of other people.
Oh, I love that.
But there's one thing we know for sure about the spittoon. Whoever's it was, they didn't use it for spitting into. They wore it as a hat. What? Ew, gross. Right, they sure got into weird stuff back then.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow, they
I
actually
will bet
included...
you anything that Mark found that really...
We need to...
really
okay, so now that we've
gratifying.
started this, we need to actually watch some of the playthrough
Yes,
now.
we do.
Because we actually held off on
'Cause
watching
now we
him.
can do it.
We actually... Secure... Wait, wait.
Hobo code.
Translate it.
Sandwich, April 18th, 1858.
Huh. What's that all about?
The door to the bank is fastened with 3 locks. This is the maximum possible level of security.
What about 4 locks?
In 1928, 4 lock systems are all still dismissed as unachievable liberal fantasy.
Look under the mat.
Not a bad idea, but if you're going to lift the welcome mat, you may need to know what you're looking for first.
A key?
And there it is. The security at this bank is inconsistent.
Use
It's
the
a
key.
dog's.
Let's see.
The door's locks are modeled on the monstrous mugs of the great hound Cerberus, 3-headed guardian of the underworld's banking sector. Each of the 3 heads has a name: Phylax, Methapon, and Sneaky Pete. And a key holds deep in its maw.
Hold on, do I need to look at that key first?
Markiplier is a delightful woman. He is, and he named his character in West of Loathing Mumford Thumperdinck, but you probably know that. But I think that is absolutely delightful. Head of Phylax lifts the key inside easily enough, but offers up an incredible resistance when you try to turn it. Heracles would have to use up all 12 labors just to get this thing going.
Okay,
The
and
key
then...
fits in the hole alright, but it's a labyrinth in the cylinder. You turn and turn and hear click after click, but nothing results. That's strange. Key turns over and over in the lock, but nothing happens. Something sneaky about this Pete Owl, right?
Okay, so you can use the same key, but you have to have these... Oh, you have to have these set up. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, leave it alone for now. Nothing else this way. We already went into the watchful eye.
The note on the door says, please. My going seems inaccurate. Probably nothing you want in here anyway.
Okay. So we could try bribing this fridge factory people.
Yeah, let's try it.
Or fighting them, because now I'm stronger.
That's true. While meandering through the streets of Ocean City, you encounter a man carrying a medium-sized piece of luggage. Not brief enough to be called a briefcase, but unsuitable as a suitcase for more than 2 suits.
Hey there, friend. You look like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants. Do I? What does that even look like? Astute, discerning, even dare I say, perspicacious? I have never met anyone who dared to say that word before. Listen, I've got a pair of pants here that is going to knock your socks off.
What?
What?
He opens his case and pulls out a pair of slacks that are oddly stiff and shiny.
Feast your eyes on these babies. What's up with them? They're wax, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. It's only 20 meat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Great, this is one pair of pants you aren't going to regret. Okay. How much
Amazing.
money do I have? That doesn't say. I have...
I'm pretty sure it's up there.
I think it's in the other page.
I think it's up there, covered by the camera.
No, that just says effects.
No, get out of this menu.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. No,
480. Okay. Hold on, do I have enough for anything? Bend the truth for fun and profit. Oh, bamboozle!
There you go.
We didn't need this.
It doesn't count as lying if you do it for a really good reason. These folks look like they're here for some shady business.
Oh. Okay. A very hard fight. You take 100? Gee, mister, I'd love to join, but I've never had that much scratch. Would you take 100? I wouldn't normally agree to that, but you seem like a good kid. Sure, why not?
You lose 100 meat.
Thanks, and welcome to the club.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, welcome.
I went to a show a few years back, the You're Welcome one. Oh, you did? How was it?
Nice. Here's your membership ring.
He hands you a ring, and the whole group of mobsters wander off, divvying up your meat as they go.
Fabumeg.
This organization is actually real.
Fabumeg.
Time to check out.
Gain 3 to 5 extra meat after combat. I kind of like the bleeding.
It was a fun time. Pretty jealous since he's made it clear he doesn't intend to do a tour again. He was also working on a movie.
Yeah, he's incredibly busy with the movie right now, and
mostly I just listen to his podcast.
Pool of chemicals.
There are weird flies buzzing around this barrel of frigid industrial waste. Everything here is frozen in note. Ooh, a frost peony.
Pick it. Frosty Flakes.
Yeah. Movie's done filming. It's in post now.
Oh yeah, but I mean it's
boxes of miscellaneous discarded industrial junk.
Dig through them. Ooh, refrigerator coil.
coil.
Iron Lung. Yeah. Oh, they finally dropped a trailer for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie too.
Like a stage show of Whose Line. Ooh. Okay, that sounds like a great time.
You got a sharpening stone and a piece of metal out of a lockbox. What was I looking for here?
This workbench doesn't seem big enough for refrigerator repairs.
Ooh, okay. Impenetrable shellac. Handful of frosty flakes, a wad of assorted grease, and 2 ectoplasmic nugget, 2 spooky damage, sleaze wad, frosty flakes, and stiffening compound. Huh. I think I'm good for the moment.
Chest of tools for fixing upright refrigerators. Look at all this stuff.
Spray on
Oh,
asbestos.
you got anarchist hardware. You needed them to make fancy things. Go back.
Oh.
Scary bomb, grease bomb, ice bomb, or solvent spray.
Isn't that what I just had?
No.
No. Okay.
These are fancy. It said
Oh,
you
to
needed
all
anarchist tools.
enemies. Okay. Let's make a nice bomb.
As Mark said what the movie is about, I missed the news on that. I think it's based off of a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Iron Lung. It's a indie horror game that came out last year, where it's you are a character trapped in a submarine, no windows, because you're in a highly pressurized area, and you have to use sonar to locate everything you're doing.
Yeah, it's based on the game Iron one. Troll booth is locked from the inside. Somebody's gonna be in big trouble. This looks like something is going down over there.
Hide and watch. It's all there. All 40 cases. It's all there, Gluck. You got the meat? Whoa. Mr. Poindexter, what are you...
Surprise inspection.
The heck?
Oh!
Curious.
Curious.
The heck?
There seems to be a bit of a standoff between the mob guys and the other ones. The scary top hat nerd stares at you with barely any expression on his face, apart from a faint sneer.
Put in tame. Be honest.
Saw the original playthrough, but not the updated one. Got you.
Also, what's wrong with your hat?
I'm sure
I don't know what you're talking about. It's all spooky and like...
It's cutting a hole in the world.
It's cutting a hole in the world. I have no time for such nonsense. Mr. Gluck? Curious, regardless. Please dispatch this interloper, Mr. Gluck. Uh-oh.
The top hat guy gives a taut nod, then leaves the same way he came in a horrible, weird spiral of negative space. The weird shadow monster that was once a person turns to face you.
Hello?
Shadows begin to gather around him. Abstract, menacing shapes.
We could try to back away and look for another solution.
Or you can ask your new friends to help you. Whoever made that game is probably thrilled.
Oh no, they worked with him directly for the movie as well.
You can reach the controls.
Okay, press the green one.
Crane moves.
The red button opens the jaws of the hand. So.
Don't think that's a good idea. You're pretty sure the red button opens the jaws of the crane, and that Gluck guy, that thing, well, he's right underneath it. You definitely want to press it?
I do.
Ooh.
Let's skedaddle.
The game was developed by just one guy.
Yep.
Damn.
Ooh.
He's got a pocket watch clutched in one hand and some business matters clutched in the other.
Bank pouch full of meat. Holy crap.
Neither of those hands is attached to an arm anymore.
Take a quick look at the deed. This must be have been Oliver Gluck, the owner of the speakeasy. Oops.
This booze looks dangerous and also appears to be tainted with some kind of sinister magical energy. Oh, this fridge is plugged in. A little note on it says experimental, not for lunches. This fridge has been fitted with an experimental automatic ice cube maker. Unfortunately, it's made one single gigantic ice cube that fills the entire fridge. I guess if you ever needed a block of ice as big as you, here's where you can get it. Mark had him on set the whole way through production. Distractable is probably the best source of day-to-day news about it. Also Lex.
So we need to go to the speakeasy, and we need the pocket watch for the cursed item, right?
That was the cursed item, yeah. You see some super hardened sap
It's-
oozing out of a wound.
We've done that before. Let's go to the speakeasy really quick.
Genuinely don't understand how Mark is maintaining this pace. He's very tired.
Yeah. Hey, it's you again. You find Oliver?
I got bad news.
Yes. Don't like the sound of that. Oliver is gone. The handoff went extremely bad. Badly? Yeah, that too.
You go over the events at the fridge factory. Fancy Dan makes a variety of faces at various points in your story because Fancy Dan is a good listener.
Oliver was carrying this with him.
Dan skims the deed.
It says here that the ownership of the speakeasy is automatically transferred to whoever has physical possession of this deed.
Is that...
Is that legal? None of this is legal. Oh yeah. Guess you're my new boss, baby. Let's have one drink to mourn the bold boss and another one to celebrate the new one.
Good idea.
Guess we ought to change the name, well, since, well, Oliver's Place is no longer Oliver's Place. I suppose that's right. Got any ideas? Well, you could go traditional and just call it Ross's Place. Something hip like the Purple Door. Something incisive and avant-garde like, I don't know, Noblesse Oblige.
I like the sound of Ross's Place.
Yeah. Like it. Now to business. To business? We make the beer in-house, so that's safe, but we're out of everything else, and based on your story, I'd say that stuff at the factory isn't safe to use. Yeah, if you can find booze or mixers or garnishes, bring it back here. Any idea where you could get started with that? No, but you could check with Barnaby. Barnaby? Paul points at the milky-eyed sod at the table by the wall. He doesn't seem very well, but he's got a nose for news and a sixth sense for booze. He might know where you can find what you're looking for. Thanks. Beer then.
Oh yeah. That's a lot of stuff to be doing.
What's going on?
I know that I definitely wouldn't be able to keep that up.
Yeah, and he actually went right back into doing Let's Plays as well, too, so... Buy him a drink. Prognostication.
After a few moments and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks.
They try, but they'll never dam up the flow. Buy him a drink? Like it's just a valley abandoned. I'll leave him to his milkiness. We do need to do the pocket watch, and that should probably be what we end on tonight.
Yeah.
We did get quite a bit done, though.
Yeah, we did. I'm proud of it. Might be
Well,
taking on a bit much, but it is his choice to make. But that is a lot of stuff to be doing.
No, but he actually had to take like 6 months off at one point because he burned himself out with some of the stuff he did. I think it was either after a date with Markiplier or who murdered Markiplier. Found the watch. It was complicated.
I'd be more surprised if you told me it was simple. Well, you know the drill. Strap it on and jump into the uncursing machine.
It's a pocket watch. It doesn't...
Just uncurse the thing and get some sleep, okay? You look like you've been through the ringer.
I won't dispute that.
You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and pull the weird metal dome thing down over your head. What would you like to uncurse today?
The dangerous pocket watch.
The machine snorts the pocket watch up into its dome and begins its strange and loud work. Pocket watch is pulled this way and that. Its ticks become ticks, and its tocks become tocks. And as its 3 hands are forcibly bent back, you swear you hear screams. And then it's done. The watch falls into your lap. Hands now set to 36 minutes and 19 seconds.
It's right.
You got an uncursed pocket watch. The watch's curse now resides within the machine. Want to project your consciousness into it?
Why not?
In your mind's eye, you see the hands of the pocket watch spin back on themselves with jittery violence. With each revolution, the face of the watch itself expands until it's larger than you, and the building, and the street. Your whole world lives in the blur of the fast-turning hands in which you see life go by in reverse time. Submarines turn to longships, cities to stone dwellings, cowboys to courtesans. You're traveling faster and faster to the beginning of time itself, and there's no telling when this ride will end.
The last line.
Yes, I know.
Hold on tight. Whoa. Whoa, I'm a dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Oh, there's a message.
What?
There's a note for you. Dinosaur. No phone number. Eat the phone.
Please help, I'm a dinosaur. No.
No. Whoa there, Hoss. What's got all your horns and rattles? Been dipping in the nose pain again? Gabby doesn't talk like that. Sure is, partner, sure is. Whoopah! Pew pew! I'm the quickest draw in the West, sure enough.
Arr. I'm...
Oh, what strangeness afflicts thee? Never mind, for the sun transits the horizon, and I grow ever the more in need of thy assistance. Understand, whilst you sleep under this roof, thou art my lodger, and a signature on this paperwork is by me required.
When did you start talking like this? Nargabor!
A provocative remark, sir, and by thee well made.
Is the cat gonna help me?
No, you scared her!
Hold on.
No, she's afraid of you! You scared the cat. With those two salad forks, now you lack the you lack the opposable thumbs necessary to turn a doorknob. You're completely contained in here unless you figure out how to open doors.
Break the door down. I'm a big dinosaur.
You slap your prehistoric tummy against the wood, but it doesn't even make a dent. Maybe that's why the dinosaurs went extinct. Couldn't open doors.
Rawr.
It's a clever touch.
Huh.
You gained 1 dexterity.
Unstitch the rug.
To do, open a door, eat cat. Don't eat the cat.
I don't know what the...
Eat the chessboard. Flip the table.
Relax, baby.
Open desk drawer. There's nobody you can call anymore. You expend considerable effort wrangling your claw around in the knob, only to find the drawer is locked. Oh, behave! Oh my god, this is the
flip.
worst. Whilst thou tarry, good sir, the absence of thy John Hancock on my paperwork grows ever more urgent. Thy signature, if it presses thee.
Sniggerg.
Curious, sir, for I do not believe those doors to be locked. Well, what do I know? And thou wilt find in the telephone table thither a key to satisfy thy need.
More dexterity.
Howdy, Ross. What you chewing on? Snuff for me, same as always.
Funkified. Well, real groovy pocket watch you got there, Ross. I like the way it tick-tick-ticks. You understand me? Rawr. A lot of power in that timepiece. A lot of power. Would you make a promise to me, baby? Would you promise not to throw that power away? A lot of good can be done with that groovy power, baby.
Charles doesn't call me baby.
Ah, I hear you, kitty cat. You say, kitty cat, would you do me a promise? Promise not to throw... Can you open the door for me? Huh? What's that, Greta Garble? Groovy cat, kitty cat. Absolutely smashed it. Shake on it, kitty cat.
A solid, strong handshake.
Okay. What was 6 over here? Read a paper.
Peruse the old newspapers, claws marking. Oh my gosh.
Read a book.
This is the worst. Help!
Stitch the rug.
It's that door to nowhere. You still can't break it down.
Wait, I needed you. Sign name.
I'm much obliged, Ross, and I hope from now on thy sleep is all the more sweet for its legal correctitude.
I think that's enough to open the door.
Yes, it is.
Hello? See, we meet at last, with I looking the older man, though you are far older than I shall ever be. Wow, I never saw... we are the Alpha and the Omega, you, the beginning of time, and I, its end. Will you walk with me, dear friend, to watch the death of our world and the birth of another? Just trying to uncurse a pocket watch. What's going backwards?
Okay.
Cool.
Tick. The hands of the uncursed pocket watch beat on. Boats with the current, borne directly into the future. Just a freaking Great Gatsby.
Oh.
And they just watch as he wrecks the place.
Just...
I'm not even hiring you back. I don't even care. I don't even care.
More correctly, into the future. You pull the pocket watch out and look at it.
That was a
It's
Great
gained some
Gatsby reference. I'm mad about it.
It's gained some luster. Upgrade. Uncursed pocket reduces an enemy's muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 5 once per fight. Oh. So we can lower their strength once per fight.
I wish I had a tail.
The curse is lifted. Time is in its rightful home, and you no longer have a tail.
I wish I had a tail. Say it. You just said I wish I had a tail, and she said me too sometimes.
Interesting. Okay, so offhand. Oh, this is... It's the same thing, but better. What does this do? Crack it open to deal your muscle and spooky damage once per fight. So we're going to equip that.
Nice upgrade. So he seems pretty dinosaur about that last punch.
Let's see. Hey
Didn't
Ross,
even
before
work
you go to
for me.
bed, I need you to approve a new tenant for the storefront next door. What? Why is it up to me? Somebody's got to do it. There's 3 applicants for the place. Okay, what are they? The first applicant is Truncheons and Bludgeons. This fella is really excited about weaponry. The second is Bertram's Bakery. Bert's a buddy of mine from my restaurant days. He makes a good loaf. And the last applicant is Tex Instruments. Guy from Texas selling musical instrument. Tex Instrument.
I know exactly
I
where
don't
that's
know.
going.
I know. Instrument shop for my character. I like the sound of the instrument shop, hopefully. Okay, I'll get them moved in and get the next storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles.
Hey, it's that rug from the boarding house. Miss Brewster must have had it sent to you as an additional gesture of gratitude. Or because she hates the way it looks and thinks it's cursed.
Either way, score.
I got a mid-read termination. You deserved it. You deserved it.
Oops. No, I think we needed that.
You had to.
Oh. Hello. A fifth dream. All of your favorite pants. Gone.
It's Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade.
Hey, Jeff, listen, no hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect that you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know everything is okay now.
Jeff swats the overdue library book out of your hands.
Ah, I see. Since this is since this is just a dream version of you, you're still as much of a jerk as you were in the 3rd grade.
Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all your teeth.
Hey, if this was actually happening, I'd be really mad.
These are unmistakably your teeth. You can tell by the scar on the upper left second bicuspid. But your teeth also still definitely in your gums where they belong.
What a jerk.
It's that spooky nerd from the refrigerator factory. Who invited him to your dream?
Excuse me, I need to get past you, I think. You do not belong here. My own dream? I think I'm literally the only person in all of existence who does belong here. This dream is only partially yours. The central vicinity is under different ownership. Whose ownership? I should think it obvious. I've claimed this region of your dream space for myself. And who are you? Accountant General Terence Poindexter, decidedly not at your service. I would tip my hat to you, but you do not merit such a gesture. Fine by gesture. Fine by me. The hat is creepy and evil looking anyway.
Poindexter's eyebrows narrow.
Eyebrows.
Oh, his eyes narrow. It may as well be. Shut up. He points at the weird device he's holding at his hat. It starts beeping in a fast, irregular pattern.
Do I take you to mean that this hat appears unusual to you in a visual sense? Well, yes, putting it mildly, it's like an anti-hat.
Poindexter arches an eyebrow.
There you go. There you go.
Shut up.
I must inform the president. You want to talk to President Coolidge about your weird hat? You have misapprehended both subject and object. It is the real president I must speak with, and the topic of conversation will be you. I see. Indeed, you see far too much, in fact. When next we meet, I'll have prepared for a remedy for this complication.
He steps off the edge of whatever it is you're standing on and plummets into the nothingness below.
That's a troubling bit of foreshadowing.
This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you're awake.
Oh.
You grab a book at random and the bookshelf puffs out of existence.
Vibrations of the Nether Zone. Is that another musical...
The only way to interact with your inventory during a dream is if you had convinced Freddy to hold it for you at the exact moment you went to sleep.
I did that, though.
No, you didn't.
I did. I asked Freddy to hold all my stuff, and he said yes.
You don't even know Freddy.
Fine, you caught me. Oh. Freddy in dream sequences?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Hi.
Why is this sunglass salesman in my room? Alarmingly, a man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed.
Hey, who are you? You may call me Don Toblerone. I represent a certain organization of, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized criminals? Like the mob? Wait, you're the Don of the local mob? The mob boss in my room personally? No. I am not the Don. That is merely my nomenclature. It is abbreviation for Donald.
Oh, that's confusing.
Oh, that's confusing. It has been a matter of some confiscation, yes. I do have a sobriquet, but I don't care for it very much. What is it? Donny Thesaurus. I'm gonna hazard a guess that they call you that because you like long words. That is very astute of you. Of course, this astution comes as no surprise to me. My associators tell me you handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigerator manufactorium.
I handle myself well all the time.
You actually own a thesaurus? I am here to propound for you considerationing a certain proposition.
Come again?
Come again? I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly, though your refusation would be, shall we say, unadvisatory. What's the offer? From time to time, my collegiates and I have certain requirements but lack the necessary manpower. Wow, this is really hard to read.
Yeah, it is.
Manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucratival arrangements with certain capable individualists. We find ourselves at this moment at a juncture such as the junctures I have thus described. So, you want me to do contract work for the mob? Exactingly. Exactingly?
It's the look on your face.
Okay,
It's
sure,
all
why
worth
not?
it.
An excellent decision, if I may articulate such. So what happens now? Just sit tight, as they say. We will call upon you telephonically.
He gives you a curt nod and then leaves the room through the window. It takes him 3 or 4 tries to work the latch.
Alright, then.
That's so stupid, I love it.
Do I have a mirror? I want to get out of the crazy eyes. I could just put
Put
the
on your
one...
mood ring. Hey there, Ross. How'd you sleep?
Fine, until a mob guy crawled in my bedroom window.
Oh, yeah, that window's pretty lousy. Anyway, the next antique I need you to find is a compass. The directions kind, not the circles kind. The Detectivetron says it's out near Crystal Dream Lake.
Don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I can borrow?
No, but I have something even better than that.
2 cars?
This is 100% the kind of guy who would conversate with someone.
2 cars?
A bus pass. The stop out front is your gateway to a whole wide world of adventure.
Swell. Thanks. Where do I go when I get there?
Unfortunately, I couldn't get a more specific reading than near the lake. Something about the place is making the instruments go all screwy. Here, take this map.
Got a postcard and a Crystal Dream Lake lighthouse. This is a postcard.
It has a map of the lake on it.
Has a picture of the lake on it.
Yeah, that's what a map is, a picture of a place.
Guess I can't argue with that logic. Alright, so we have made some very good strides in this. We now cannot get attacked by the Tin Lizzies. We can't do the tentacle house. Oh, wait. We need to go back over to the Tin Lizzies hideout, actually. There's the one car that we needed the hanger.
The coat hanger for.
I'm going to forget if we don't do it.
As you're walking down one of Ocean City's residential streets on the way to where you're going, you hear eerie music coming from the upstairs window of a nearby house.
Do we want to check this out really quick?
Let's just continue where we were going.
Okay.
We'll be able to go back to it. Don't worry.
Okay. Wait. Did that say the Zimmer's house?
No.
Okay, Erie house. I thought it said Zimmer. I was like...
Oh, you were thinking Hans.
Hmm. Oh.
You unlock the car, ruining both the lock and the hanger in the process. The glove compartment is full of meat.
Sweet. Okay, there was something else that popped up over here. Maybe that's worse. Okay. No, that's fine. Great. Okay, so we did just unlock a new area, though, really quick.
On your way to wherever, you run into a cool guy wearing some cool sunglasses strutting
Hey,
down the avenue.
Hey, baby, what's happening? Hi. I can see you dig the shades. You've got good taste. What the what? You like my sunglasses? Oh, gotcha. I don't think anyone called them shades for at least another 20 years, though. I pride myself on being on the cutting edge.
Get yourself a pair. Why not?
Alright. Stylish sunglasses. Accessory. Gives us one moxie.
Whenever you're wearing these, nobody can see that embarrassing thing on your left, or the embarrassing thing your left eye is always doing.
Alright. It gives moxie.
Seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside. Like a pained, inhuman moan are constantly rising in pitch.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
And it would cover that terrifying stare you got going on. It's true.
That's also true.
You knock but hear no response, so you nose your way inside. That eerie sound is even louder in here. It seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange.
I'm sorry. I read that and I think about that owl picture. Your force field displeases me.
As does your interior decorating. It was like a picture of a baby owl that ran into somebody's window. And then somebody captioned it that way. It was just
bunch of books about music theory. Hey, there's one about jazz. Ooh.
Intermediate jazz theory.
Read. Where is it? Where is it?
I hear a kitten.
Did I not pick it up? Picked it up, right?
You did.
That's not what I wanted.
You just gotta search your inventory, remember?
Books. Books. It's not here. Oh, we did get this one, though.
Jazz hands!
Increases your moxie by 3. Touching
you hold on to it longer, you can probably get your hands shaking even more stylishly. It takes some effort, though.
Not right now. Yeah, where'd the book go?
Is it a quest item?
No? No? Not books. Not combat item.
Huh.
Huh. Nope. Not accessories. Not often. I know I just picked up something. It's a day stand.
Huh.
Dusty disused chess set. Wait, are we gonna get a boo?
Oh, I hope so. Plate rock is a statement piece, and the statement is, I have too many plates.
This cabinet is full of backup plates. Full of sheet music.
Oh no!
You pull out a sheet, but it's all in German. Und du kannst kein Deutsch gesprochen? Door's locked.
Thank you.
Oh, it's all treble clef for the, I just
Yes.
noticed. It's a cello player.
Why is it in treble? If he's playing the cello, why are you
What?
reading treble?
What? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but we heard the music, and I guess I have an intrusive nature. My name's Rosquit. Well, I'm Ernst Zimmer. I did see Zimmer, I think. Forgive me for not stopping, but it is vital that I continue playing. What are you doing? There's a darkness beneath my house. Did you check the fuse box? No, it's probably that then. Listen to me. I had a dream, a premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house, and then the neighborhood, and then the world. Wow, that's quite a dream. It's not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement, and there's indeed a rift. As of now, it is still small. I must keep playing the cello to prevent it from growing any larger. How does playing the cello help? The bass vibration reverberates downward and is focused by the circle of furniture downstairs. Its resonance inhibits the rift. Huh. Don't really get it, but okay. Are you a physicist or something? No, I'm only a cellist. I cannot explain how I knew this would work. Huh. Okay. Do you mind if I have a look at this rift? Very well, I cannot blame you for wanting to see it with your own eyes. You will have to reach into my pocket to take the key to the basement for yourself, as I require both hands to play. Well, okay. Please do not get too close to the rift. Stuff is either expired or evaporated. Ooh.
These songs really must stink. Huh. There is some kind of black rift or portal or something on the floor over there. Maybe you shouldn't get too close to it. Well, it's your funeral. If there's any of you left to have a funeral with. On closer inspection, it seems less like a rift and more like a pool of some thick black tar-like substance. Where did it come from? The only thing nearby is a shelf of old basement junk. Oh, thank you, Pen.
Oh. Yeah, because I can do it too. Nothing on this shelf except a few dusty old jam jars. Check the second shelf.
Nothing on there's nothing on this shelf except dust.
What do we want to draw on it?
Draw a crude anatomical diagram in the dust. Congratulations on expressing your creativity in a way that nobody will ever know. Except for you. You'll know. This shelf has a box labeled things. It's full of little screws, rubber bands, stuff like that. Looks like when Zimmer's kitchen junk drawer gets too full, he just dumps it in here. Since you're already looking, you sift through for a second and find a fuse that still looks good. Zimmer probably won't mind or even know if you pocket it.
We need that for the tentacle house.
Probably. The top shelf has a few old tins of varnish, and a big bucket of tar. As you watch, a drip of tar slowly leaks out the hole in the bottom of the bucket and plops into the puddle below. Well, there you go. Mystery solved.
Aha! I look like Heisenberg now.
Yes, you do. Congrats.
Still at it? Yes.
You can stop now. It's Jake.
Oh. You can stop now, it's Jake. Jake? What does that mean? Everything's fine. The black puddle in your basement isn't any kind of rift. You just got a leaking bucket of tar on a shelf down there. Tar? Oh my goodness, this is mortifying. I've been such a fool. Hey, don't worry about it. It was a pretty spooky coincidence after all. At least I can stop playing this cello. I'm exhausted. Yeah, just relax. Everything's fine. Hi, Ernst. Hello.
Leave.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea after all.
Oops. Whoa.
Oh. Oh no. Every one of these moldering books is titled Blood. It would appear that two ghosts are playing a very spirited, haha, game of chess.
The daystand has become...
A nightstand.
Is he gonna...
I have bad news.
What do you mean? Remember how I said everything was fine? I do remember that, yes. Are you telling me that we were incorrect? You were incorrect? Let's just say that your house is incredibly haunted now. Should not have trusted you. We are both fools. Did the rift open? I'll go check.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Everything is fine.
That chair's floating. That chair's floating.
You're keeping track of your own termination.
A vicious black sludge bubbles in the teapot.
You love bubbling black sludge, apparently.
Mysticality and maximum AP. Okay. Bye.
This chair is barely here. Moths have eaten all the contents in most of the container. A shelf full of trophies from murder competitions. You pull out a sheet. Its piece is entitled All Arbiet and No Spiel Makes Ernst a Dull Boy.
Okay, Shining.
Dora has beamed at her jams.
Oh, jeez, that sure is a dark rift in the space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of.
It looks like the tar was just a coincidence. Unless it was magic shadow tar or something. It probably wasn't magic shadow tar.
Well, nuts. Whoa!
It's a big hole in... well, in here.
Yes?
You find yourself in an infinite black void. Or, well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have the uneasy feeling that your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try and process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling.
Look around. Whoa.
This creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze, and or smoke, and or just plain raw darkness. It has a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in its chest, about where its sternum would be. And as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy. Kinda like heat coming off of a radiator, except also the opposite of that. And also not at all related to that. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? The creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing or praying or maybe just absent-mindedly flailing. It seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try to interfere with it. Like, say, if you try to pry the glowing crystal out of its chest.
Size it up.
Creature looks like it could rip you in half without even really trying. Maybe without even really noticing.
Jeez, I can't even have a chance at it.
You approach the shambling shadow beast, which is continuing to shamble. The crystal in its chest sparkles importantly at you. This creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. You make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long, spindly arms flail ineffectually as you, barely cognizant of your own actions, plunge your hands into murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar until they find ribs. Gritting your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches, you grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. Crystal is both warm and cold in your hand, and it has a slight buzzing vibration to it.
Should we take it, or
Take it with you, I guess?
something tells you that this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny?
That small crystal you found in Ernst Zimmer's basement.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Now you are an eldritch horror. It occurs to you that taking that weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, and you'd prefer to keep it.
Should we smash it, or should
I've
we...
seen what happens if you take it with you. Should we take it with we?
Well, that probably means Markiplier took it, so...
Oh. I don't want to have to start this over again.
Well, yeah, it's... What do you want to do?
Coin toss. That's a coin toss. Okay.
I have...
Oh. That is a coin. It's actually a coin.
It came in one of the boxes Fen gave.
Yes, it did. We're not going to use that for the coin toss.
I got some plastic ones here. Got a Rayquaza.
Perfect. So, heads we take it with us, tails we don't.
On.
We don't.
Smash. So 3.
You pull a hammer out of your inventory, or if you don't actually have a hammer, whatever object would be the most hammer adjacent, and give the crystal a solid thwack. It makes it sound like a baby being torn in half and bursts into glittering shards that shoot off into the darkness. Immediately you feel, well, I was going to say a massive earthquake, but since you aren't standing on the ground, you wouldn't feel that. It's more of an everything quake. You should probably get out of here.
Uh-oh.
You dive back through the rift just before it collapses, vanishes, heals. Thankfully, you find yourself back in Ernst Zimmer's basement and not some kind of horrible between dimensions purgatory. You run upstairs to tell Ernst the good news.
Yikes on that descript.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Hi, Ernst. Hello. I fixed it. I closed the rift. You did? That's wonderful. I owe you my life, and probably also my house's life. Here, take this cello. I have no further need of it, and to be quite frank with you, the thought of playing it ever again only pains me. Is that a weapon for me? Melee weapon. Hold on, is that...
Well, technically it's Quit's cello now. You have no idea how to play the cello, but you do know how to swing a great big club.
We're just using it as a hammer.
It's not a club! As somebody who used to play the cello, it's not a club.
Add 1 bonus tool damage to a weapon. That's still our best one right now, because that does Moxie plus 2 physical plus 1 bleeding. Plus we have the Jagged Ring, which causes more bleeding. So, barbecues, mysticality. Yeah, because anything that's food related is mysticality in this. Alright. Let's get back...
It is, but it's not quite as big as the standing bass. Someone who used to play the violin, the cello is a much better club than a violin.
Something covers toward you. Anti-thingness? What?
Okay. Let me try that again. Never mind.
Shadowy orb. Just...
Can you stat it? Will it bleed? I guess it will bleed.
Do you bleed?
I mean, I feel like it's a valid question to ask.
Shadowy bonk.
No,
Ow.
Edison!
That was uncalled for.
How does a shadowy orb bleed? I don't know how it bleeds. I don't know what it bleeds. It bleeds, I guess.
Okay, we did find a fuse really quick. Because the thing is if I don't do this now, I'm going to forget I have these extra items.
Right now it's slightly less dark.
The world's dirtiest broom.
Yeah.
Deals your muscle plus 2 physical damage and reduce one
now
target's...
I'm too warm.
You cannot be happy
I
tonight.
can't regulate my
Whoa,
own body
what the-
temperature.
Hun?
Yes, I know. I'm looking right at it.
Holy dang,
Holy
what is
dang,
that?
What is that thing?
Whoa, okay.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good emote. Actually, I wholeheartedly agree. The action command is whip. Make it not.
Ow!
We are working on it.
Ow.
I think we're gonna lose.
Probably. Heal. I need to take out the backup. Wait, did it heal? It heals, too.
You lost. The results are quite unpleasant. You realize that winning is better than losing, and you resolve to do better in the future. Losing that fight filled you with determination. What you've determined is that in the future we should try winning fights instead of losing.
Plus 1 to maximum AP. Okay, so that we're going to have to train for. There is something behind it, but we'll have to do that later. Let's head back to...
I think we should... It's like 1:15.
No, I'm just heading back to Plunkett Street.
A well-dressed man flags you down.
Might have a match on your... I do think I have 2.
You have lie. You have 2 lies. And you have paradox.
No, but also yes. Oh, well, thank you all the same. Toodaloo. Toodle off.
This is the dumbest ever. I love it so much!
Alright, so we're gonna go arachnophobia and arachnophilia. Alright, so that is gonna be it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. This game is absolutely ridiculous.
I love it. This is... I could not be happier.
This is everything she was wanting with this. This is everything I'm wanting with this. I feel like this is everything everybody was wanting with this. Since it is 1:15 in the morning, do we want... Thank you.
I think it's bedtime.
Okay, so no rating. Just go ahead and get off.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. I will see you tomorrow afternoon. I will probably be doing some more Dark Souls. Maybe. Not sure yet. But I do appreciate everyone who joined in through everything today. It was a lot of fun. And I will see you all later. So, bye guys.